If I were to tell you that we gathered the best players from around the world here to compete, I would only be giving you half the story. Fighter League is nothing like other Capcom tournaments. This is a team event where no individual part is greater than the whole. We know what these players can achieve on their own. We've seen their greatness. There is no need to question that.
It's Mana RD!
The question is, can they put their ego to the side? Can they put their pride aside? Can they sacrifice themselves in order for their team to win? It's one thing being up on that stage by yourself and all your glory and controlling the outcome. It's completely different putting on that jersey with 3 other people and trusting that the next man up is going to do their job. This is where the talking is and the fighting begins. New game, new rules, new season. Welcome to Street Fighter League.
Street Fighter League returns to the U.S. side of things, and this time we got a brand new game we're playing. Season 6, Street Fighter 6, that's 6 for 6. Street Fighter League returns. It's your boy Tasty Steve on the table with the bald eagle of commentary, none other than my brother Vicious. How's it doing, Brody?
Man, I've been waiting for that noise all year round, and for very good reason as well, because we are here for season number 6. That is right, for a brand new iteration of the legendary Street Fighter series. And speaking of legendary, man, these teams are the stuff of legends.
First off, we got the return of Team NASR. It's going to be Angry Bird, Big Bird, Punk, and Nephew. On top of that, right after that, we have Bandits, now broken up. Mena RD, Kaba, Chris Tatarian, and Zhao Hai. Of course, UYU returns after a stellar last season, but now they got a new roster. Knuckle Duel, Kevin, Zen, and VX Bao.
Man, you're talking about new rosters. We have the new kids on the block, but the names are still familiar. It's still versus Vortex coming in with Oil King, NL, DCQ, as well as Sen. You already know those boys. And of course, Red Rooster, we got Mono, Ajax Fidelity, PR Balrog, and Banana Can. You gotta be kidding me. To round it all off, Endemic is back in town with Samurai, Chris, CCH, Reynold, and Flash Metroid. You can't ask for a better squad, man. This is the entirety of the FGC, I feel like, in terms of the legacy, in terms of the talent, in terms of all the highlights that we could possibly ask for. This is the season.
Now, before we go any further, let's get into the format so you know exactly how things shape up here for Street Fighter League Season 6. Of course, each team has 4 players. Away team submits their player order ahead of time. Home team will get to counterpick. Teams will play 3 consecutive matches. That first player match is worth 10 points. That second player match is also worth 10 points, but the third is worth 20. And if we end up with a tie, the last player match in that overall team match will be worth 5 points, and that will get the most points, and that is who will be your victor. It's all about the points. We'll be going to the playoffs, and that's how we figure out who's going to be going to that big championship at the end of things. But obviously, pride on the line, Mr. Vicious, but we always give the players a little moolah to go with it. How much money do we have on the line?
Oh, man, little is an understatement. Taking a look at the total prizing for this season of Street Fighter League, $75,000 is on the line with a lion's share of $60K. That's right, $60,000 going to first place. Of course, second place, $15,000 in their pockets as well. So we're only looking for the top 2, but the top 2 also get something extra special that you were talking about a little bit earlier, right, Steve?
Yeah, they get that big trip to Capcom Cup to play in the finals versus Europe, versus Japan, for the title of saying who is going to be the undisputed champion of Street Fighter League, not just in their region, but all over the world. And it is actually going to be one of the most electric things. We've seen it come to a head before at Capcom Cup. You're going to see it again this time. More teams in the pot, more pride on the line. I can't wait to see it, but that leads us right till our first matches for week number 1 of Street Fighter League Season 6, and we've cranked it up a bit. You don't only get 2 team battles. This time, you get 3 team matches, and it's going to be versus Vortex versus Red Rooster to start it off. UYU versus Endemic for the second, and for dinner, the main course, NASR versus Bandits to send you guys home. These matches are going to be ridiculous. You've seen the team layout. Who's going to go up first? You don't want to miss it. We're coming back to the first team match right after this.
action!
Fighter 6.
Fighting is an art. And this is our canvas. Here, we flex our style, our passion, our creativity, our skills. We come here to break rules, to bend minds, to change the game. This is where we make an impression. This is where we make our masterpiece.
Fighter 6.
Available now.
Welcome back to Street Fighter League Season 6. Thank you so much for joining us for this first episode. Now, Versus Vortex will be going up against Red Rooster. Of course, Versus Vortex, a new name, but with some old names in the pot. Of course, we have an interview with an amazing last season showing from none other than Oil King.
The most amazing story in the history of Street Fighter League belongs to this man standing to my right. He brought teams from the absolute brink in order to make them champions. Man's like Oil King. What's up, bro?
Yep, I'm good.
It's good to see you, man.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Okay, so of course, I already alluded to it. We're seeing you in a different jersey this year.
Yeah.
We're used to seeing you with a UYU jersey. They started off with an 0-10 season. You were there for it, didn't win any games, and you brought them yourself. You were always there as the captain all the way to winning the championship.
Yes.
Now that you are no longer on UYU after all of that, do you feel like that whole storyline is a weight lifted off of your shoulders? Do you have less pressure on you now that you're not on the team?
Yeah, maybe, but I mean, about the UYU last season, from the bottom to the top, it's a memory I will never forget in my life. But the esports is like a traditional sport. Sometimes you will change your team, but my member is the same member, so this time I'm still confident about the Street Fighter League US.
One more time,
Yes.
my dog. Okay, this is your first time that you're actually having your full same team come back. You're having continuity. What is that like for you?
Okay, that's because I think it makes sense. Because last season, we just got a champion, right? We should try it again. It made no sense if we got a champion and we just separate.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Street Fighter League at the grand finals against Team Japan, you guys almost won, and you barely. Yeah, it's a bit rough for you to think about. It seems. Yeah, you barely didn't get it. Do you feel like you still have something to finish as far as going up against Japan?
I think the first step is try to do well in this season Street Fighter League US. And if we do well, we have a revenge chance to against Japan.
This is very accurate. My man's Oil King, listen, bro. I feel like you might need a nickname. How about the captain? Because he has been exactly that, the most consistent leader for Street Fighter League throughout all seasons, starting out with Team UYU from 0-10 to the mountaintop and winning the championship, and of course fighting all the way up against Japan at Capcom Cup. He hopes to do the same thing here with Versus, Vortex, nice jerseys and all that, while hopefully skipping a few steps. Oil King, been a pleasure, bro.
Thank you.
There you have it, Oil King speaking of the truth, right? He gets his full roster back under a different name. Technically, these guys are the champs from last season, but there's still some unfinished business, as was mentioned. Man, such a fairy tale story from where they came up from in the beginning of their inception, with UYU now fully forming Versus Vortex. However, we do have another returning team through Red Rooster, and it is a full Puerto Rican roster with some new faces, right? Obviously, there's going to be Mono, there's going to be Ajax, but the two new guys, PR Balrog as well as Banana Ken, you cannot underestimate these cats because these guys are legacy players, legendary in their own right. We talked about the legends. We actually have one of them in our interview. It's PR Balrog. Take a look.
There is a certain energy, a certain aura when you are in the presence of a legend. And that is the feeling that I have right now as I am standing next to PR Balrog.
What's up, man? It's
What's
been a
going
while.
on, bro?
It's been a while, I haven't been in
It's
the
been a
scene for
minute.
a little bit, and
Oh, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna
yeah?
talk about it. So the first thing I gotta ask you, man, what do you say to the people in the Twitch chat right now, or YouTube or whatever that's new, right? They weren't around back in the days, and they asked themselves, who in the hell is PR Balrog?
Okay, so I was that guy that came at Evo from a little island. Nobody really knew who I was. So I went there, and my first Evo, I got 5th.
First Evo.
First Evo.
That's ridiculous.
That was my first Evo. Only like a couple of people knew me back then, and then I started beating. I remember. I'm sorry to call out names. Flo.
Is it Flo?
Yeah, I said Flo. I beat Valle, I beat Marn, etc., and they kept going until I fell into the Akumas, which seemed to be an Evo thing for me. Right?
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, I was, one of the few Latino players that were back then, and I'm very proud of that. And I'm happy that back then it created, a little bit more like a vision for Latino players, etc., to just come and try it out. You can do it.
That's before the monos being popular. That's before Ajax and these guys. That's before Mena RD. That's well before all of that. And now, so I guess we see what's on you right now, man. Red Rooster. You are actually on a team that is, of course, based out of Puerto Rico. What does that mean to you, bro, to be representing the island?
It means progress to me. The island was really hard to get into esports back then and all that type of stuff. And Mono did an amazing job. And I'm always humbled. You know, I don't really like to take like, oh yeah, he was good, etc. You know, I just like to be in the scene playing with you guys and, you know, be part of a team that was made in Puerto Rico. You know, that was pretty cool. Very awesome to me. Very important.
Okay, so now at this point, what has you actually finally coming back to really competing? What got you back, and are you back hungry? Or are you serious with it now?
Well,
that jury looks serious.
Thank you. It's a little bit harder for me to be in the competitive scene fully. Yeah. But I am hungry. I do want to win. I am very confident, that's for sure. And, you know, I feel like a lot of people are lucky here that my son isn't here to be in my lap too.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Daddy roll.
Yeah, exactly. I'll give them, I'm at 75%.
Why is it that sometimes it seems that the all-time greats tend to be the most humble? Of course, that's exactly what's happening here, but do not let that fool you. This is an absolute animal. Do your research, do your Googles. PR Balrog, we are in the presence of greatness, in the presence of a legend, and it is official. He is back on Team Red Rooster. Good luck with your matches, bro.
Thank you very much, brother.
And there you have it, PR Balrog. I remember being on an Evo stage with this guy back in the days of Street Fighter 4 as one of the original Latino players out here on the scene, like you said before. And it's great to see the dad out here getting the little games in. We saw him at a local, literally having like the baby with him, which is not fair, by the way.
He had a carriage or a stroller, right? I legit thought, I was like, wait, is that a stick bag? Like initially from far away, I didn't even know he was a dad.
That's how you know he doesn't have a kid.
The first thing he said to me at the hotel, I was like, yo, what up, man? Good to see you. He was like, I'm a dad.
I'm a dad.
This was the big cheese. Thing. But there's someone here that's going to try to, you know, at least turn that smile a little bit and rearrange it, right? It's going to be NL, the guy who never loses, right? That's going to be the man who has been, I think, the hardest competitors to catch up with, I feel like, in his scene. He's always the first to establish dominance in the South Korean FGC, and that's for a very good reason, right? He has been the trendsetter for whatever character he decides to play for his region, and this is going to be a true testament to how much PR Rog is kept in shape in the realm of Street Fighter.
Well, look, we talk about matches, we talked about the teams. Let's get into our first team match right now, and our first player battle is going to be PR Balrog going up against NL. It's about to be a good one. Match number 1, game number 1 versus Vortex, Red Rooster, Street Fighter League Season 6. Let's get it.
This is something you're going to get used to right now. It's going to be Luke versus Jury. Very popular characters in very good shape as well. In terms of the meta, right? We've seen these characters come out for a very good reason, already off to a great start. That crouching medium punch was such a great starter too. Into the drive rush confirmed. That was super good for PR Rog to start.
And already to the corner on top of that, man. One of the new things here for Street Fighter 6 is that you can drive impact to the wall and get a free combo follow-up. Baits the big OD wake-up uppercut, and look at the damage that comes from it. Uppercut, NL in control.
Oh, he actually tried to move away from the normal? I don't even know what could have happened for PR Rog there. Yeah, the interruption. That's not going to happen. It's a fireball. That's the thing. It was a bait. Yeah, so he thought it could have been a flash knuckle, which makes sense, but it was indeed the fireball to stop the SA1 dead in its tracks.
Okay, here we go. Ooh, drive rush to get in. Little shimmy there. Gets a crouching medium kick, and wow, the range was so perfect. Speaking of perfect,
another shoulder tackle too, just to kind of establish the Oki with the forward throw. Does connect as a punish counter actually for PR Rog. We do get the flash knuckle. The overhead does get blocked, but it's not going to be his turn. It's still within range. The crouching medium punch, making the drive gauge a priority. PR Rog is looking at a burnt out NL. He's forcing him to make the errors, but watch out. If he gets a solid sequence, man, that's so tricky, and he's laughing it off. Jump fierce over and over and over again, making NL double check in case the throw is coming or even the drive impact.
Yo, speaking of drive, the drive rush finds an opening, gets the knockdown, uppercut to close out, and now once again, PR Balrog in control in this corner. I like that drive parry to hold it, and you saw right there where PR Balrog actually got like the perfect parry, use drive rush behind it. It is a little faster if you do it.
Oh, that was sick. What a lick too, to stop the drive rush. That fireball was
Oh my
everything.
God,
PR Rock,
the
he's got it.
shimmy.
He's got it. If he just completes the combo, whatever level you decide to go with, it's going to be the level 3.
Did you see the shimmy? The patience of her father starting to weigh on PR Balrog.
I don't think I
With
blame
the
that on
perfects.
fatherhood. I'm not going to give the honor to his fatherhood on that. He's been doing that since day one, man. He's been establishing this game. This guy is a Capcom Cup competitor. Do not forget.
That's facts. That's facts. We're going into player match number 2. PR Balrog pretty confident, decisive after that first round, especially the way NL was playing it. Lots of shimmies on the side of PR Balrog. Jury, the character of choice, and he's in control.
I don't think there's going to be a lot that PR Rock is going to be changing up, too. Like, he's going to stay on this level of gameplay until NL finds the answer to it, and the reaction, the jump against the fireball, very difficult to do, but PR Rock, he's got the eye for it, right? He's been playing fighting forever. Same could be said for NL, but I got to say, man, with the prestigious record that NL and PR Rock has, any sort of fireball can get reacted to, but again, the onslaught right now from Luke.
Fighting back, gets the drive rush off the crouching medium kick. They're gonna force back to the corner. OD uppercut coming from NL. Tries to stop the pressure. Life lead on the side of PR Balrog. Drive rush for the whiff punish. And my man is looking crispy. Jury shakes off the foot.
Look at that match point already. I always forget about that animation. It's so sick. But yeah, NL trying to play it cool. No whiff punish again. PR Rob is not going to let you fly. Well, at least with the super on, I should say. But overall, this corner pressure just might be the death of NL. If he can find a way out, this is a great starter. No, we didn't get the full charge. No perfect knuckle. The perfect knuckle could lead to a side switch. We've seen RD do that a bunch of times over, but still stuck in the corner. PR Rock is able to control it. No jump out yet. You got to watch out for this drive impact. He hasn't done it once, but I don't think he needs to.
Punish counter gets the combo follow-up to keep the momentum. Has level 2. Gonna spend it. Let's see if you got these under lock. I definitely saw him using these in the locker room, training them to make sure he has the combo. And wow, drops it for the intentional reset.
Damn!
NL gets his first L of Street Fighter League Season 6 to PR Balrog, and his first showing.
I might have jinxed it for NL, but I will say this: PR now stands for perfect record because that is a 2-0 victory for Mr. PR Balrog.
So let's talk about NL's approach, right? NL has definitely been like, I'm going to pick the biggest gun that I can pick to fight against the opposition, right? Last time we saw him always having the Cammy and these stronger characters. Luke fits right there in that same regard. You actually have to learn how to fight this character right out of the gate. But that's one of the things I like to point out about him. NL going to the biggest weapon in the box. PR Balrog sticking to the jury, keeping the pressure on NL. And most of the time, the match was spent with him pressuring him in the corner. So very interesting to see, especially somebody like PR Balrog doing that to a player like NL, a seasoned Street Fighter League player like NL.
There's still a lot more to say, right? Versus Vortex, we're throwing up Cien up next, right? So there's still a lot of teammates that they have to go through that could help preserve some of these points.
And one of the things that you have to keep in mind is that these players now have to a little more input on their side, especially with characters like Luke, Guile. Perfect inputs give you better combos now.
Yeah.
So if you're able to actually get these consistently, which you saw NL drop a couple times, it really does kind of open up the game for a lot of these characters now. And you're going to be seeing a lot of that because there's a lot of new characters in Street Fighter 6. On top of that, they got a lot of new tools in Street Fighter 6. Characters that you've been seeing for years now got turned on their head with either new moves or they've incorporated some of the things from the other games into this game, and now you see the players going into it. But here we go. Ajax Fidelity going up against Cien. Oh, perfect parry right out of the gate. Nice push to the corner here.
Gotta get that. The OD jackknife, get off of me. Yeah. Also checking the advance. You know, we see that Sobot to kind of be a way to kind of check the space, check the neutral to see if they're trying to like dash forward, try to take up some normal space. But yeah, I do like that idea from Cien. +2 situation.
Back throw,
and I love that. Off the plus pressure from DJ, he has so many options for strike throw mixes.
And Ajax Fidelity really trying to get out of this corner. 2 for 2 on the perfect parries right now. Takes the opportunity to get a back throw, which I really like. Trade, no combo coming, drive rush in. We saw this in PR Balrog's match, and the momentum is still on the side of Ajax Fidelity. Another throw. You got to be careful of the DI. Drive rush in, super to stop at the level 2.
You got to be dead, right? If you get through the full rhythm and the beat, not quite dead yet, but it's a ton of damage.
No! Did you see DJ Groove? And he was like, yo, you're going to wake up with this OD and I'm going to kill you.
Él no tiene miedo.
That's a
Le va a hacer
drive rush in, goes for the throw this time. Quick little backdash right there. Perfect spacing. Gets the knockdown in the corner.
It'll be so tough. Yeah, you see the standing medium kicks now coming out from Cien. Is that going to be a big signal for us, Ajax Fidelity, to start using these drive rushes or drive impacts a little bit more freely? But we'll see now. The feng shui does get activated from Ajax. Cien is just going to be backing away, right? He doesn't want to be involved in any sort of block swing that could lead to a lot of damage. And I love the defense up until this point. That just got stuffed out. That jumping fierce was not anti-aired at all.
Nice. Drive rush.
Damn.
Wow.
Almost right in the thigh, dude. That hurts.
Yeah, drive rush once again. One of the things
Está bien.
largely in contention versus DJ is being able to check the drive rushes, right? Cien largely known for how much tech, how many things he can do on the offense and defense, and just how prepared he is to deal with so many matchups. DJ just...
Oh, he caught him! Yo, what a conversion!
Like I said,
Cien, how are you ready for the movement? Are you kidding me?
The tech.
Damn, that was hot.
Okay, same side. You gotta hold that. Why is it so active?
You could perfect parry it, right? There is an opportunity for you, but again, at the same time, you're left in a +2 scenario. This is so difficult. One more than enough damage. He still had an extra hit behind it. That's Cien looking at match point.
Player match 2. Not looking too good on the side of Ajax Fidelity.
That was so delayed. The tail end of the drive rush still able to get the overhead.
You're going to see that a lot, I feel like, because in this game, you do get the knockdown. These overheads get a little better. Full combo opportunities if you do them perfectly, and they try to hit something on wake up. But they do have the opportunity to parry. Baits out the OD jackknife. Big combo damage here. Just takes the knockdown. OD, get off of me. Cien trying to get out of the corner.
He's juicing up the feng shui engine just a little bit. Dash forward, catches the anti-air with the uppercut. Just within range. Ajax on the board.
Ajax Fidelity, like you're an Ajax infidel, bro. You're dead. All right, back to the game.
The drive rush doesn't get checked, surprisingly, too. Yeah, that's a common thing to try to check against Jerry, but it's so difficult, too, right? It's going to be a moment to kind of like throw out a normal, kind of commit to it, but either way, Ajax with a fantastic start. Lincoln, all of it, please. Look at the damage. Watch out for this throw. No, it's going to be a meaty fireball setup. Now the forward throw dashes up.
Cien in trouble. Wake up, crouch jab, confirms in the drive rush. Jackknife back to the middle of the screen. Forward throw. Here comes Cien. Full CA available. So he's going to be doing extra damage because his life is low, and he needs this round.
And I love the idea of going over the fireball, but nice and easy. Ajax making the most of some of these situations, especially with the throw in the corner, right? We talked about throw loops being a very dominant thing in this game. Well, guess what? Jury has access to that exact technique. But going into it right now, the throws are everything. Now putting him into place in the corner, the option select to cover the jumps are phenomenal.
Tries to get out of the corner, still eats the uppercut. Cien fighting back in the middle of the screen. A lot more defensive play here. Another perfect parry from Ajax Fidelity. Look, we're keeping stats, and I'm telling you right now, he's looking really strong with the usage of these parries. Not going to stop Cien. Gets the hit, didn't believe, goes for a reset throw. That's a punish counter throw, and Ajax Fidelity is now in the lead in this fight.
I'm going to tell you, I think that was intentional, Steve. I think he was trying to test Cien's reactions to what happens after a hit drive rush, especially after a jab, right? You have to kind of guess, essentially, what's going to happen because it's very, very difficult to confirm off of that. So really, really smart play from Ajax, just getting hit intentionally by the stand jab, if it was, into the throw.
No, that's a good call out as well. Also, Ajax definitely going back to this parry quite often, but now you're in the corner. And I'm going to tell you right now, one thing that hasn't changed about Jury from 5 to 6, the pressure, bro. Jury's pressure is still there, level 3 on the table, and the turnaround for the player match. Oh my gosh. Gonna go to Ajax Fidelity. Cien known for the tech, not enough to stop Red Rooster.
And it was a hot start for Cien, right? We saw some really, really big hit confirms off of some scenarios, defensive scenarios from Ajax where he chose movement as an option instead of blocking, instead of walking backwards, or actually instead of micro-stepping backwards, I should say. He chose the jump as one of the options for movement, and he got clipped. He got clipped midair, but still Cien was able to convert. Easily one of the hottest plays that we saw, but it didn't amount to enough. Ajax still being able to clean it up. Why? Because of the usage of that drive rush. And overall, his defensive decision-making was really on point.
It's all down to your defensive options going up against drive rush and being prepared.
You know, on top of seeing as many drive rushes as we see in a round, guess what else we're going to see at a very, very common number? It's going to be JPs, right? I think we're going to end out the first team match between versus Vortex as well as Red Rooster. I think it's going to be the JP mirror match. If I'm not mistaken, DCQ is going to be stepping up as the anchor, as he should. I feel like he's been the MVP from previous seasons over for Street Fighter 5. Banana Ken obviously being the newcomer the new cat, at least for this team, but not in the realm of fighting games in general, right? We talked about him in Street Fighter 4 before, but also in general, he's been a fighting game champion.
I would love to see how this is going to shape up. He's got his work cut out for him, though. DCQ, one of the heaviest hitters when it comes to Street Fighter League, and honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, still one of the names to beat here, just based off of his consistency in the league.
Now, this is where we have the potential of possibly getting a tiebreaker situation, right?
Yes.
DCQ nets this team battle. If he wins, he gets 20 points on the board for versus Vortex, brings us into our sudden death. And something a little bit different about the sudden death, they're forced to play with their fourth player. They can't throw up two different players in a blind pick. They are both obligated to put up the player that hasn't played yet.
Throwing a little salt in the pot, huh? Making sure the entire team gets some showtime out here. But the mirror match commences. JP versus JP. That's going to be our potential last team match fight here. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, so Banana Can, we talked about his current performance, right? He placed 4th in the World Warrior Series for the US East. Number 2, to be exact. And so far, he's already proving his worth here at Street Fighter League. And to be fair, man, he has been the JP player that's been like dominating a lot in the mean streets of rank 2. He's got so many points already. But DCQ, again, also a man of excellent accolades, I will say. Like, he's been at the high end of all the events over in China, right? All the Asian events. He's been so dominant, too.
And you can just see how they're approaching this matchup in the mirror, right? Just how well they're, like, used to it, right? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Tries to go for the overhead steal conversion. You got to be a little careful on that. You got to let him fall a little bit more before you drive rush in and get that follow-up. Goes for the low. That man, that move, the range. First off, it's a crouching medium, and it moves him forward. Come on, guys.
It's not cancelable. I'm not trying to be that guy,
You
but
sound like a JP player. All right, here we go.
But I will say, it's not cancelable, but it's still so good.
Right?
Uh-oh.
Stand.
Banana Can with a sweep.
I was watching on Brian F. asked, does anybody ever use the JP sweep? Like, he wants to find a use for everything, right? Shout outs to Brian F. But now we see a round-ending situation. Perfect parry. Sets up. There we go. And now you got to hold the corner. Wow.
Man, the medium punches everything, too. That has such ridiculous range. Not in a bad way. I think it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do love to see the departures, too, to kind of back them up. You could get a punish counter combo off of that. Yes, sir. But Anakin actually gets to spend the level 3 in the juggle and finish off the first game. Again, these are 3 out of 5 for the anchor matches, just to remind you. So there's a lot of time for adaptation for both players.
I'm going to tell you right now, when it comes to character swag in Street Fighter 6, even though I don't like JP, my man.
You love JP.
Look,
what are you talking about?
I love the way JP dresses. That second costume is actually too buff, right?
Bro,
the fact that when he wins, he goes to step on your face and he's like, I don't want to ruin my nice shoes, and steps over you like I'm out of here.
Yeah, you're not even worth
You're not even worth it, bro. It's Banana Can coming up. Man, I can't wait to see this man go off.
Yeah. Nobody's sleeping on anybody in the realm of Street Fighter 6. When it comes to a brand new game, everybody is doing the research while playing, doing their due diligence with characters, but also keeping tabs on players. So having them in this team format is something spectacular. Going into the next game, Banana Can gets jumped in on, tries to throw a Phantom, but no sir, full conversion. DCQ, he's gonna go in for the driver, and obviously gonna set up for the departure, and that's gonna be a lot of damage. No, he thought he was gonna get the departure continuation.
What an anti-air. And look at DCQ turning up the offense this time around and trying to keep him in this corner. Bad spacing. Actually gets the whiff, and now Banana King gets the forward throw as well. Oh, you got to hold those, bro.
You have to hold it, especially in a drive rush. Oh, you can't.
Anti-air, overhead phantom, nice parry, checks the drive rush with crouch medium, kick backdash to get the hit conversion with the punish counter combo. And wow, DCQ, what an answer from game 1 to game 2.
Stone cold killer. If you could see his face right now, not a single bit of expression, just cold and execution is all he needs, man.
Not a pixel out of place.
Not at all. Not at all, right? The cold calculated killer is what we said last season.
Wow, the spacing. really starting to play a part right now, and lots of drive rush. And another thing, you have to remember, I know you hear us saying, OD, that's the overdrive. You got to pay attention to that drive bar. I'm sure you guys here know what that is, but that is one of your main resource tools that you got to keep an eye on, and it's definitely going to make a difference in a lot of these games here you see this season.
It can make or break your win in a lot of different situations, but we also talk about the SA games level 2. One of the hardest level 2s to break or defend against is JP's. We got the Goon Squad that came through, and again, that drivers coming in with the roundhouse as well.
Banana Can trying to take it back. And now DCQ and Burnout still fighting, but drops the combo out of the corner. DI, that should be the okay, all right.
Had to do the OD just in case. He had a spike follow-up if he needed to, or a level 1 if there was a little bit more life from DCQ, but still very well played from Banana Can, setting up the double departure. It's the OD version. Moving on in with the drive rush, and DCQ is going to be hanging out just a little bit. And missed opportunity for the anti-air, but that's fine.
Command throw, punish counter get. Thought it was going to be punish counter. Just a counter hit on top of it. Level 2 once again. Banana Can drive rush in, catches the jump
with the
from DCQ, and this is exactly what I'm talking about.
Wait. We got the Amnesia. He tried to jump out of there. That's totally fine.
Small conversion, drive rush to get past the departures, just holding neutral parry.
I love the defensive decision making coming in from Banana Can. Now does land the spike, sets the departure. It's a
departure battle. I'm going to miss my flying. Oh, jump. Neutral jump. I call it the Tetris block, bro. He just jumps up, neutral falls down, gets the full combo, goes straight into the level 3. Look at the damage.
The Johan Petrovic special, dude. Look at that. Right through the chest.
Yo, the purple stuff. The purple stuff.
Departure set up. The Tetris block does get blocked. And speaking of, look, he's already at burnout. What are you going to do about this DCQ? How are you going to chip him out? Not enough life, so the idea was there with the Amnesia.
Si no, tú no tienes que entrar tampoco, o sea, de lejos tú tienes los perfect parries, él no lo tiene, así que no tienes que entrar mucho.
PR Rog actually doing a lot of the coaching too. There's such a sound fighting game bench that you have with both sides. It's actually kind of crazy.
Heard little Ajax in there as well. He was giving some his own words of wisdom. And look at the range game has changed up quite a bit. Staying out of the range of that crouching medium kick, but still gets the pickup.
And it's going to be a very tough spot to initiate, right? We're looking at full screen, 2 JPs throwing out departures, throwing out spikes.
Crouching heavy punch gonna whip. This is gonna give. Oh no! DCQ had an opportunity.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
conversion.
The jump was there. Banana Can just committing to the option of the jump for his OD Amnesia.
Nice read on the departure teleport and the conversion as well. DCQ. Oh my gosh. The anti-air after the departure teleport gets the trade. Burn out DCQ. And right now you can get stunned. Goes for the DI. Getting closer to the corner. You saw him scope the jump from the distance. Didn't get it though.
How does he get these openings? DCQ. Nothing but calculations. We talked about this earlier, man. This guy's a machine. But still, the jump ins against Banana Can have been so beneficial. He is not looking for this option as often. But Banana Can, he does get the initial opening against the other JPs. We talked about how big of a momentum shift that can happen with the drive rush.
Jumps out of there. Trying to control the screen still. DCQ, there's the knockdown. Banana Can has a chance with the standing heavy kick. Actually gets him to jump and gets a clean hit with the anti-air, but nothing big came from it. Crouching medium kick after the drive rush. That's going to give you the corner. Level 3 is on deck for almost both of these players now. Low Phantom.
Nice.
He cannot take the hit. I couldn't tell exactly how much life he had on his life bar, but there is a certain extent where you're not allowed to even try to drive it back. Your only option really is to parry or possibly critical art. But no one's going to gamble that with the life deficit that DCQ has.
You got to remember, even though you are DIing, you're taking damage still, but you can still die from that straight into the level 3.
Look at the damage, man. Again, Banana Can forcing DCQ in a very awkward situation towards to the corner.
Double DI. Oh, I get it. Second. That's who gets the win. I heard a wow from Red Rooster. Full screen conversion. I got a level 3 too.
And it's in burnout. This is going to be so tough, right? You're going to dash up or set up the departure. It's going to be up to DCQ, right? Is he looking for the chip and the positioning? No, he drives on in there. Dumps it on him. Banana Can now at the deficit 1-2. DCQ making it hurt. And I love that option too. Just drive rushing on in there, delaying it just a little bit into the neutral jump. Already committed to it, right? Because normally when you see a drive rush, you're looking for the normal, you're looking for a way to stop the momentum. He let the drive rush go all the way through, then neutral jump. That's crazy.
Player match, DCQ, Banana Kid. I love this song, by the way. Just gonna put that out there.
Genbute. There, big connection. Banana King gets the full conversion, and he gets a setup for departure yet again. But it's going to be weary for DCQ to even try to move forward because, again, one clip from the low medium kick timed correctly, you're eating a lot of damage because of that departure spike. But here comes the jump medium punch again. DCQ's jump timing has been immaculate the entire set.
Going for just a hold on the parry this time around to deal with the drive rush.
Nice.
And now the game is starting to get deeper right now because you can see the Banana Kid game put a combo.
Well, yeah, he gets a link off of that too. Banana Kid having the stronger normal, leading to a better plus frame scenario and able to get that link. That was so smooth. The overhead, smooth criminal.
Sneaks in the overhead with the loafers.
That's crazy.
OD departure not going to do anything. Actually gets the hit, disperses the departures, and once again, as you can see, if you can get a hit on the JP before it goes off, it will make it disappear. Or you can just walk it off screen, right?
That's correct, yeah. If you're able to walk it off screen, it just disappears completely.
Air throws the departure?
It's all good.
That flight was leaving. You're just going to air throw it?
I don't even know what to say about
Right.
I really don't. That was actually crazy. But the amnesia to back him up and move on in there.
I forgot.
Oh, he committed the normal into whatever it was.
Banana Kid in trouble. He's also on burnout. That means a stun is on the table, and that's why I was talking about it. Still going to get the hit and finishes the combo anyway. DCQ.
This guy is a machine. I'm telling you, man. The alley-oop, he was ready for it. As soon as the stun was there, he's like, you know what? Departure's got this.
Nice starts up, goes straight to the level 3 after the jab confirmed, tries to get out of there. Banana King gets the knockdown, spins the level 3 early, no CA, but still, look at the damage, look at the positioning. He's right there in the corner, too late for the anti-air, and now you can see this positioning not looking good for DCQ.
Damn, Banana King is so good at maintaining his corner pressure with anti-air as well.
It's okay.
He's not going to budge against DCQ's movements. The double departure, squeezed in.
Nice.
Speaking of squeeze.
Wow.
Speaking of squeeze.
Even Red Rooster
Banana King.
It meant damage.
Y no fue punish counter. No.
VR Rog's expressions are so good, man.
It was?
Bad damage.
Punish counter.
Back and forth. We got ourselves a real match.
Oh, they're fighting.
2-2, all tied up. DCQ, Banana Can, fighting to reign supreme. Actually, to start things off, this is only the first match. The first team match that we could ask for. Already off to a fantastic start. JP versus JP. Who's going to establish dominance with this character first?
I faith in you.
That's not a voice line in the game. That was me in real life, I promise you. Going into it again. This is a lot more of an aggressive start from DCQ.
Knockdown, no, most definitely. Fighting a lot more in the mid-screen, but still, you can still see that patience. Still waiting for something to come out of there. Starts his offense. Nice. Drive rush, almost got the full punish on it. Banana Kid's patience starting to help him out.
God, I love that normal. Drive rush low medium kick? That just reaches so far.
I don't. Because it's not fair. Because it's not fair, all right?
I was waiting for the song.
And I don't think I need to say much more than that. It's not, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Tries to jump out of there, almost got the conversion, goes for the OD command throw, doesn't work out this time. Banana Kid in full control, or at least he was. Now he's stuck in this corner, and Banana Kid is in burnout. Looking a little dry. Nice anti-air.
By being I was just about to say, Banana Kid does have the defensive options, also departure. Even without meter, he still has amnesia.
Neutral jump, crouching heavy punch conversion for DCQ. Still in the corner, avoids the full burnout and the dizzy. And now, Banana Kid fighting for tooth and nail life right now to stay alive. This is team match point.
What a call out against the driver. DCQ standing medium kick to start things off already. Departure, Banana Kid is going to move forward anyway, and the jump back to avoid it narrowly. DCQ wasn't ready for it. A lot of low medium kicks.
Attacking the legs. Drive rush to keep the momentum. Banana Kid is not letting up.
Sweep the leg. Oh, do it.
You'll enjoy this.
The glutes. Nice. That was the overhead. DCQ wasn't ready for it. What is happening?
Uh-oh. Watch for the stun. You can definitely be put in a dizzy situation when you get drive impacted into the wall. And you can see DCQ doesn't want that. Goes for the jump. Banana Kid scouts it. And once again, double burnout. We're going for the chip. We're going for the chip. And finally get some drive bar back. Full charge.
So huge.
DCQ spins a lot of it.
Muy bien.
What a check on the walk-up. Trying to go for the neutral jump, no anti-air. And both of them are trying to scout something out. Getting real close to getting the drive bar back. And he just makes sure he keeps using the move. And we are back to some street fighting action.
Nice.
DCQ, I don't know what it was, but he flinched and he paid for it. 3-2, a full-on sweep to start things off in episode 1. That is Red Rooster with a full 40-ball game.
Yo, that was the first team match? What? Like I said, when I talked about the fact that Banana King is well-versed in dealing with so many different situations and different games, when I tell you that he's one of those people that puts it into practice versus somebody like DCQ, that is no easy feat. And you saw it with your very own eyes.
We talked about the roster right off the get-go. When we saw the list officially, we were going nuts. And for very good reason, because everybody on these squads are killers. Without a doubt, right? These guys are bona fide Street Fighter players through and through. And guess what? They all have to fight each other over and over and over again.
Yeah, man. 30 games on the season, trying to get to playoffs to see who's going to be one of those teams that makes it to the big showdown versus Europe, versus Japan. It's going to be crazy. Man, the team build here is ridiculous. The old versus the new, whether it be older Street Fighter games or the newer. And then if you just talk about the fact how much experience these players have respectively in the league, right? Ajax, Fidelity on a team with somebody like Banana King who's never been here on Street Fighter.
Same with
League,
PR
right?
Rock,
exactly.
Right? Him coming back into the fray with fighting games with Street Fighter 6, that is a blessing. But overall, being led with Mono PR as well, being the veteran here for Street Fighter League, you couldn't ask for a better squad. But again, we have to get into that interview. I want to know what's going on through the minds of Red Rooster, specifically from our guy, PR Rock, with RobTV.
Puerto Rico ain't nothing to mess with. 40 points to 0. PR Rock, what did we just see?
Well, we would call that flane. It's a saying in Puerto Rico that if we beat somebody, 40-0, we call them custards, right? So it was a little bit like that, but with all respect and fun. I did think that they were gonna do something different, but it worked out for us.
Okay, and then in that first spot right there, we seen PR Rock in his first ever Street Fighter League match, and you are faced with NL, one of the best players that we have here. A lot of people, I think, would have assumed that was going to go another way, but you won convincingly.
Well, that's what we were surprised. We actually thought that it was going to be Oil King. He's beating him in the past Fidelity, so that's what we thought. So when NL came in, obviously I play with Samurai a lot, pretty much every day at work and at tournaments. I probably shouldn't have said that, but it's okay. But yeah, I was very confident. The first match, I was trying to fill him out, and then the second match, I think he crumbled and he tagged a lot. So, it's just a match of experience. I think I have a little bit more when it comes to that in that matchup for sure.
What does it do for you? Your first ever Street Fighter League match, of course, like you said, going up against a strong opponent. You played a matchup that you put a whole lot of work in with Samurai, but for you to come out and immediately get a huge win for your team, a dominant win, get the ball rolling the correct way, what does it mean for you to start off in that manner?
Well, we're here to play, and we are definitely aiming for the win. We have a very, 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 very strong team. There's a lot of versatility aside from the juries, but our play styles are very different, and I think that will show a lot when we play more in the matches and stuff. So go Puerto Rico, let's go.
You saw it right here, starting off Street Fighter League with a bang. An entirely Puerto Rican team representing their roots 100%. Red Rooster. Look out for him this season. Oh my God.
Time to work, time to work. When inhaled, coriamyrtin blocks the gamma-aminobutyric acid receptors in the central nervous system, causing spasmodic muscle contractions.
Master, it's a work of art! It's perfect!
What to do with you now? So, shall we put him out of his misery? For some experimentation. I bet poison would work wonders on you.
6.
I present the Hunter from Komura.
We already told you what to expect, and we were still blown away. We had our first team match already underway and already finished between Versus Vortex as well as Red Rooster. Of course, let's take a look at the standings overall, right? Of course, it was only the first match that we could ever ask for, and that was quite the matchup in general. We were actually going quite nuts. We had to take that break for a very good reason, and of course, Red Rooster coming in with 40 points. Damn. That's
a 40
big
ball
statement.
right out of the gate
It's a huge
says a
statement.
lot about how strong these teams are and what to expect further down the line. But we do have more team matches for you guys, and I talked about how that UYU team is new and improved. Well, they got two improvements: the dual Kevin, the duality of a man. We have an interview with dual Kevin.
Both of them?
Both of them.
You are a baby in the FGC. A legendary Street Fighter League quote from the man standing to my right, Dual Kevin, and aimed at yours truly, RobTV. It's good to see you, Kev.
It's good to see you too, man.
Yeah, man. It's been
No
a
hard
little while.
feelings?
No hard feelings. I mean, so I remember, of course, you ended up, you popped off on me like that.
Yeah.
You won the set and everything as well.
Yeah.
You won the battle, but I may have won the war because you was on Street Fighter League in 2019. And then behind the scenes, perhaps, I got you banned. Until
I haven't
now.
been back since,
You have
yeah.
not been back since. Ever since you beat me and popped off. So yeah, I don't know what you think. Do you think I might have won the war if I got you banned? Do you think I got you banned?
No, I don't think you got that much power. Hold up.
I got no power, bro. Where have you been though, bro? I heard that in all seriousness, that maybe after that first time, like, when that happened, you haven't come back around because you were scared to give me my run back.
I think have we played since then? I think we have played another match afterwards.
What match you talking about?
At Red Bull.
Red Bull.
I don't remember what it was. Chicago. Red Bull Chicago.
Did you bring up? You gonna bring up the set that you won? It's not about me. We ain't got
Yeah.
Because we definitely. What about CPT?
CPT? We playing CPT?
We ain't play. I just won the tournament.
Oh, okay.
You didn't make it to me.
Yeah, but you didn't play me. That's why.
All right, that's fine. That's fine.
That's why you won.
Seriousness, that's why I won.
That's why you won.
Okay, listen. They just stopped letting me interview my best friends on camera and stuff like that. It's always gonna be trash talk. All right, moving it from me. Where have you been though over the last few years, man? I feel like, of course, at that time, Street Fighter League, you smoking everything. CEO, we see you making top 8. You were very serious and focusing on the game and one of the top players in the States, even in the world, I would say. And then we didn't see you as much, and now we're seeing you back up. What happened?
Towards the end of Street Fighter V, I just wasn't in the most healthy mindset competitively. Like, I was just having fun personally. The game was still great. Street Fighter V as a whole, especially the later seasons. The team did a great job, right? But I just wasn't feeling it as much as I used to. So I told myself, just wait it out, just do my thing in real life, working out, and come back when Street Fighter 6 comes around. And that's why I'm here right now.
You look a little different, man.
Yeah.
A lot different. My man lost how much weight did you lose?
Like 40, 45 pounds.
That's actually insane, bro. That's crazy.
I was pretty big the last time I was here, yeah.
Yeah, you're a little chubby. But, ain't nothing wrong with that. Now, with that being the case, bro, on a more serious note, that jersey that you have on right now, UYU, you guys are the returning champions as far as the team.
We are actually, yeah.
You're the returning champions. Do you have pressure to repeat? Because at this point, this logo is known for greatness. We just seen that one of the craziest runs we've seen so far.
I always feel pretty anxious going to a tournament. Doesn't matter the tournament either, actually. And even with this, right? But once I do sit down, I always feel fine. So going into it, like trying to bring UYU back to championship status, I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Yeah, just play your game. It was amazing to be here.
Multiple fighting game champion, arguably the best anti-airs in the game. If you want to talk about neutral, if you want to talk about poise, Dual Kevin has all of it, and he is back at Street Fighter League to remind people exactly who he is and why he built his name. Kevin, pleasure talking to you, bro, and good luck in your match.
Thank you.
Dual Kevin, both of them giving you the breakdown about how he got RobTV banned. These guys haven't actually seen each other in a competitive side ever since, I've been here. But that's one of the most legendary things that has ever happened in Street Fighter League. But also, just to talk a little bit more about Dual Kevin, every time I've seen him, we have like our little powwows, our little chats, walk in the park, and he told me, yo, Steve, I'm gonna be a problem. Rewind years ago in Street Fighter V, before he came here, he's like, yo, Steve, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be a threat in Street Fighter V. Combo breaker this year just passed. I see him again after all the festivities are down. He says, yo, Steve, I need to talk. We go on our walk. He's like, this time, Street Fighter 6, you're gonna see me.
He's back in Street Fighter League, right? So he's already made himself a well-known figure, but going into another well-known figure who has done so much in the realm of Street Fighter V for his career, none other than Chris CCH. We have a word from him with so far how he's been playing in Street Fighter 6, but overall how he's acclimated to his new team. Take a look.
This player was one of the best players on earth throughout Street Fighter V, especially at the end, because at the beginning, I think he was only like 12 years old. Of course, it seems like you've gotten a little bit taller since that time, and your voice probably got deeper too. Man's like Chris CCH back on Street Fighter League. What's up with you, bro?
What's up?
It's good to see you, man. So, of course, last time on Street Fighter League, you were with Team CLG. And now you have Samurai back, but there's no Anton, there's no Just a Kid. I feel like the assortment of players that we have with you guys is a little random, I would say, in comparison to some of the other teams. How has the vibe been for your team so far?
It's definitely been really chill. I mean, it feels very similar to last year. Obviously, like, I was super close friends with Anton, so having him on the team is great. Don't know Reynold and Flashcard as well, but I've been getting to know him, super chill. I think we've all been playing really well, so I'm looking forward to it just as much, yeah.
Okay, so of course you have experience with Street Fighter League. Flash, Metroid, and Reynold, they've never played in Street Fighter League. They have never competed in something like this, and you know all too well that it's very different than playing in a singles event. How have you and Samurai so far gone about, or how will you go about preparing them for this type of event?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just having the energy to get through, these long matches. That's something that Samurai talked to me when I was going through my first SFL last year. Something I brought up with them as well. Like, I remember going back and looking at the matches at like the end of the season, And even through numerous all-nighters in college, I don't think my eyes ever looked as bad as when I saw myself playing in the finals of that tournament. I was looking back and I was like, I look like I'm about to just fall over it and go to sleep. I look completely dead. So it's something I'm trying to work on as well, just making sure that I keep my energy, maintained and high throughout the whole season. It's good having Samurai on our team, obviously, probably the most experienced SFL US player, period. I think he's one of the players that has really gone down to like the psychology of it and takes it very seriously in terms of aspects outside of the game, how you're preparing for just the different format in general.
So, some people cave under pressure, you do not. This year in Street Fighter 6, do you have that chip on your shoulder yet? Is there something that you still feel like you have to prove now that people already look at you as an elite player?
No, I can't take this game seriously while JP's in it, so I'm just here to have, a good time.
JP?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so your Twitter is notorious. Notorious for JP hate. What is it?
It'll take up the whole interview. You can look at everything I've said about JP. I think I've said enough, and it's not just me anymore. I'm glad that everyone has started to understand. Like you look at the tier list that Big Bird and Angry Bird made, you see that JP is sitting tall at the very top of that tier list, all alone.
Okay. All right, this has been the Boy Wonder. And of course, now he is on a brand new team rocking that Endemic hoodie. And I guarantee you he is here to put in that work and bring the energy and the hype. Man's like Chris CCH.
It makes a lot of sense with these new cats, the brand new Endemic team. Of course, we talk about Chris CCH and Samurai being the two returning players, but I gotta say, that's some heavy weight lifted off of Chris's shoulders. Just graduating from school, not having to worry about all that anymore, and just focusing on the game. Obviously, he has a full career ahead of him.
These are the beginning steps. Pick your team now, pick your winning horse, and make sure you follow us all the way through Street Fighter League. But now, UYU versus Endemic, we have our players setting up. Is going to be Chris.
We didn't even get to talk about the other players at UYU.
And of course, VX Bao coming up as the match here. You guys don't understand. I mean, if we talk about Chris CCH, once again, a load taken off his shoulders because once again, school, whatnot, et cetera, et cetera. But definitely one of the more focused minds of understanding the game at the highest capacity. Even made the switch from Luke to Ken, like, nah, man, I'm playing Ken, right?
And even also Ken to JP every so often, right? And speaking of which, like, he has to have that character under his belt to fully understand it. But guess what, dude? VX Bao is also a dangerous mind with this character. His former teammate, I gotta say former because, he's not with DCQ right now. They practice a lot. But guess what? The newly reformed UYU, you got Zen backing you up. You got Dual Kevin. And of course, Knuckle Doodang. But this is what's on the screen right now. JP versus Ken in the hands of VX Bao versus Chris CCH. Chris, already starting off pretty well.
Tick throw to start it off. Back throw this time from JP. VX Bao walking him to this corner. Sets up the departure. Stand roundhouse. Just to make sure you hold the frames. Another throw. And just keeping the advantage. Wake up. OD uppercut to get off of.
What a response against the fireball. Chris throwing it. Misplacing actually the fireball against VX Bao. Knowing full well that OD was going to be coming. Drive impact. Yes, sir. The stun. Set up the departure. Dash up. Let's get this damage.
Wow.
What?
Wow, I feel like that was a drop.
All right, focus up.
Meaty OD still gets the hit on the tail end. Gets the first round. Stand heavy kick right out of the gate this time for Chris CCH. Ready with the DI.
Damn. Even Jen looked at his teammates, gave him the thumbs up. I was like, man, this guy could cook.
The level 2.
Coming on out, departure, setting him up. Yeah, carry to the corner. But look at the deficit now. That drive gauge melted.
Wow.
Back throw. You're actually.
And you're in burnout and you're stunned. You should be dead. He's got a level 1.
You get a one-way trip to the next game. Window seat. Take a good look at this perfect.
You got a positive.
With the perfect.
Just remember what we were doing earlier, man. You're not doing anything like that. You're playing a little too aggressive. You know what I mean? Just be a little bit more patient.
Yeah, I think I'm focusing too much on trying to be a stand strong. I can just chill for a little bit.
Yeah, you can chill a little bit. That's fine. That's fine. And then you can look for those perfect parries too. Like earlier, he's hitting the buttons where you like the perfect parry.
Yeah.
All right, so go for it, man.
He's doing those raw drive rushes too. So if I sit there, I have to look for both of them. But
yeah. You're good. Just stay in control, bro. You're good.
Yeah, you're
right.
You got this, bro. Let's go.
I love those kinds of interactions. Like, anybody else? You guys?
Just me.
Oh, man. Yo, Chris definitely might get every JP this season.
Yeah.
He just might not.
He's attracted that kind of attention on social media. Not in a bad way, right? He's you know, okay with saying it. It's fair. I totally get it. Not wanting to fight against JP, but
Right?
that's what everybody else is going to be saying.
Slow it down.
Oh, jump light finds the mark conversion. Fake Phantom does a great job of making people waste their drive bar. Departure teleport out of the corner, trying to fight back, and you can see Chris starting to get some footing in this matchup right
There you go, patience. That's fine. That's fine.
Huge change up
You're
too.
cool.
The approach from Chris CCH, right? A lot more patience from the side of him. Not going to be rushing for any opportunities. Not even drive rushing in neutral, which is totally fine. The fireball finding its mark against VX Bao, perfectly timed against the departure. That was actually important.
Oh, it was OD departure versus OD fireball, so it actually hit him out. Not gonna get the kill, but in burnout, so the chip was there. You see the Phantom right there. You had to block it on wake up no matter what. Could have been a spike if you jumped back, so you really had to hold that.
Yeah, you were locked in no matter what.
Perfect.
There.
Oh, you looping?
And he's crouching.
Okay. I was about to say, I thought we was about to hit the loops. I was like, okay. Didn't want to spin the drive, I'm assuming, but just gives him a little space, jumps out with the roundhouse, and this time prepared for the OD uppercut from Ken and VX Bao. My man is mechanical.
Oh, and he found the opening. He was waiting for the level 3, and he found it. I can't tell if that's going to kill. That's too far away.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Put it on the board. Sorry, guys. Back call. Put it on the board. That definitely killed. And man, already the chairs are empty. VX Bao. Bow. My man's out of there. Bow. I'm out of there.
And caught his teammates by surprise as well. NuckleDu caught laughing a couple of times. Jen, thumbs up of approval. Totally fine. But this is going to be sick, right? Now we have the 2 former teammates, Steve.
The teammates?
That's crazy.
Yo.
Samurai versus Dual Kevin. Dual Kevin. Damn. This is going to be sick.
That was good. Samurai coming up. Somebody else who's definitely been active in the Street Fighter 16 as well. Probably has one of the most illustrious OCV records in SFL history. Is going to be on the other side on Endemic, and that says a lot. The team Endemic, though, is just very, very strong. I mean, but if you look at UIU, we already talked about it. You got Dudang on that bad boy. Like, think about how strong he is as a player, just solo. Then you still have Shin, and you've seen how what VX Bao brings to the table on the first date. Bow.
2-0.
We didn't even have to say nothing to the team. I saw NuckleDu was looking around like, what the?
Anybody else see that?
Nobody else? Just me? All right. I guess.
So this is going to be kind of nuts, too, in regards to like the composition of the team. In terms of the characters, right? NuckleDu, obviously, well-rounded with Guile. Does have a Cammy just in case. He also has a Pocket JP if need be. Dual Kevin, also with a very aggressive Luke. Zhen with both JP and DJ. That's a really heavy-handed team.
And now, it's a mirror. Speaking of who you're looking at, it's a mirror. Luke versus Luke. Samurai versus Dual Kevin. Endemic versus UIU. Let's go.
I feel like this is going to be more of a fireball game than anything, right? Samurai is going to be the one to kind of test the waters against Dual Kevin, knowing how aggressive Dual Kevin can be with some of these normals into drive rush, right? He does have the eyes for the confirms. But yeah, Samurai already throwing off that fireball. We talked about it earlier. But Dual Kevin also willing to play that game.
Historically, though, if you look back at like Samurai's matches, he has been known for how well he can throw fireballs in so many situations, whether it be the Ryu, the Akuma, and the Luke, it doesn't matter. He's always been one of those people who has really controlled space very well with projectiles. Now, if you switch over to Dual Kevin, you saw how he was trying to deal with the projectile game early on. Gets the perfect parry, drive rush right behind it, makes it a little better and easier to punish those projectiles at a full screen distance as well. That's the kind of knowledge that you need to succeed in these matchups.
No doubt. And I like Samurai going for the full damage off of the full perfect knuckle, flash knuckle sequences, and then going immediately back into the fireball game. He wants to create that space, but also wants to prioritize being a nuisance and not trying to like overstep his boundaries. He's not trying to go in for Oki as much, not just yet. That's going to be highly punishable, and that's totally fine with Dual Kevin to go for that sequence forward, throw now, drive rush forward. No, he's just waiting for it.
If you check the clock, though, they've been waiting for a long time to get something started. Another perfect parry, and Dual Kevin trying to force the issue in the corner. 20 seconds left on the clock. Burnout on the side of Samurai doesn't stop him from spinning the super. And now,
this is your game. Let's
see what Dual Kevin can do. You can get a lot of chip in this scenario. Now, even though you typically don't get to do chip damage, what
you are a genius. Samurai, I cannot believe that he went for that big bait. But at the same time, you know, this is the exact game plan that he's going for. A lot of folks call this the lame style, but not in a negative way. This is the hang back and make sure the opponent makes all the mistakes, or at least run into all the fireballs, right? He's using the fireballs purposely to check your timing, right? He's trying to make sure that you don't get in for free, but at the same time, to anticipate whatever that he's going to throw out at you, right?
And look at this. And now you can see the frustration building up. Dual Kevin gets the drive rush in off the crouching medium punch. Big damage on the side of it. And now he's got the momentum in his favor. Backdashes the throw. And now, okay, I was looking for an uppercut to chase the jump back. Samurai not ready. That stand medium kick moving him forward a little bit too. So you really got to be careful.
Oh. A little bit of the stagger pressure. He caught Dual Kevin the last time in that sequence before, but Dual Kevin, he's sitting nice and tight. So he does have the life lead. He doesn't need to really risk any sort of micro walks backwards.
Yep.
He's big chilling when it comes to forcing Samurai to spin all these drive rushes.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Oh
no!
And now you're in burnout. And now you're in burnout. And my man's got CA. I'm spinning it, bro. I'm spinning it.
Wrap this up. Look at the damage that's incoming, but also the burnout situation is so bad for Kevin. Does he have enough life? Yeah, he has more than enough life to maintain the life lead, but the drive rush is not going to be coming from Samurai just yet. Is that
my gosh, I did not think he was far in the corner. Samurai keeps his wits about him.
The spacing master.
He's not trying to create his own opportunities. He's waiting for you to make a mistake.
We learn from casuals.
He's committing more than you are. You're kind of just like feeling him out, which is understandable, but he's just going for it.
They both are taking their time in the neutral, and even though you see Dual Kevin successfully kind of like navigating like the projectiles, whether it be perfect parry or not, there's been so many times where Samurai is playing this range where you're not able to take advantage of it, and I really like to see it. Back to the neutral, spins an OD this time around.
Yep, keep it here.
Taking their time just to
You
get
hear
in.
that? You hear that from Black Knight, right? Keep it here, right? Samurai is trying to keep it in the pocket. Damn!
Okay.
That was a big stuff out with the roundhouse.
My man ain't wearing no shoes. Drive rush overhead.
That was the
gets
heel.
the hit.
The crusty heel.
Oh, dashes up. I was looking for an anti-air, but nothing doing. And now this momentum looking a lot better for Dual Kevin this time around.
Back towards the corner, though. Samurai could make big waves if he manages to land a sneaky hit against Dual Kevin. So much damage could be had in the corner as Luke. Mid-screen as well, but to be fair, yeah, having somebody else in the corner could be a drive impact. But
Okay,
Dual Kevin
perfect.
fighting out so well. Opts for Oki, trying to get that advantage.
Taking their time. Uh-oh, forward throw. Samurai. Oh, wake up. And this is one of the things that Dual Kevin is great at. Finding the gaps, putting the super there to make sure you're not comfortable doing these unsafe strings.
That's right. Yeah, the first Kevin didn't catch it in the last game. This Kevin, though, he's definitely checking with the super arts.
Damn, they switching Kevins between the games.
Yeah, man. That's cheating. They technically have 5 people in their roster.
Oh, whiff punish counter on the knockdown. Wake up parry. Closer and closer to this corner. And we've seen what happened here, so you don't want to be the person that gets splashed up against that wall.
Oh, that's a great trade for Dual Kevin. Uppercut, absolutely ready for it. Samurai eats the overhead. Look at that damage incoming. Is it time for beast mode, baby? No, he's going to go for the knockdown off of that large air flash knuckle. Watch out.
Time again, baby.
Oh, wow.
Again, baby.
That could have been dangerous. What if he went to level 3?
Block.
In burnout on top of it. Trade. And you got to be careful in burnout. The recovery switches just a little bit, so you got to be a little more careful what you choose to follow
too
up
far
with.
from the corner.
He does it again. DI back this time. Dual Kevin
As long as you keep playing your game,
takes
it's fine.
the second game, and we've got a match.
Every time he perk parries or heavy fireball, he's going for the drive rush in. So you could, when you throw out heavy fireball, you could buffer the DP and then react to his drive rush and hit him for the EXDP when he tries to go for that drive rush in.
But I think this Kevin is way more ready for any sort of reactionary decision making. It really is.
This Kevin.
This Kevin.
He was so
not that Kevin.
The clear, honest. This Kevin.
Now we're going to see the fusion of Kevins, right? It's all coming together.
Nice.
Take throw.
Yin and Yang Kevin in.
Did you say Yun and Yang Kevin? No, I'm just kidding.
Don't do that to me.
I know. I did.
Dash up, drive rush. Punish counter against the parry. That was a reversal parry. OD uppercut, get off me. That's the Samurai special.
But now you're in burnout. You're looking a little dry. Give my man some water.
Looking a little toasty on the hibachi grill. A little bit overdone, burnout as well.
Oh,
Nice.
my God. Yo, Samurai, chill.
Ooh,
Now burnout's on your side.
Your turn,
You
your
can
turn.
see the gradual buildup of that drive bar once again. But if you're Samurai, you're going to take full advantage of this because this is the only time you can get chip damage versus your opponent in this game. It's when they're in burnout. And you can use that for checkmate and close out game situations. And look at how much chip damage Samurai did with that scenario.
Man, chipping away at the blade, but Dual Kevin, full drive gauge. A single hit could potentially kill against Samurai if he builds up enough of that SA gauge as well. But Samurai also in that same boat. One single hit confirm will spell death for either player, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think Samurai's in kill range, but Dual Kevin definitely needs to be careful. A drive rush combo.
Oh, the drive reversal is there.
Perfect.
That was sick.
And he has been scouting that the entire time. Drops the combo. OD to stop it. Burn out again for Samurai, but it's only 5 seconds left. You can chip him out. He says no. Parries it all. 3 seconds left. Drive rush and Dual Kevin DDT. Oh my gosh. This Kevin. Now this is the Kevin. This is the Kevin. He's been scouting that perfect parry on projectile the first time he's gotten the punish, the first time we've seen it.
That's crazy. That's actually crazy that it finished with a DDT, the dual dump truck of damage.
The pressure here, and now a lot more comfortable approaching Samurai. Drive
Love
reversal
that.
again.
Excellent time to catch the low medium into the cancel fireball. Man, that is such a far range on that crouching medium punch too. The counter poke potential from it is so good, especially for Dual Kevin now. He's walking away from the corner, but he's not going to let full control go to Samurai just yet. Oh boy.
Inching forward, finds the crouching medium, can confirm into level 3 and one of the favorite road trips, bro.
To Memphis. Oh, you get the drive rush forward if you wanted to. Oh, nope. There it is.
Where you going?
Let's go.
You ain't going nowhere.
Dual
Boom.
Kevin with the I felt like there was so much back and forth between these two to try to like figure out how they're gonna play like the fundamental footsie part of the game, right? The neutral between Luke is just hard to deal with, especially when you get somebody as good as with fireballs like somebody like Samurai. And it's really interesting to see how he literally saved the last perfect. We saw like 5 or 6 of them throughout the entire team match, right? Or, excuse me, the player match. And when it finally needed to be done the most, he uses it to close out the match.
I know.
Genius.
I know. Yo, who do we have for the anchor spot though?
Bruh, Knuckle do dang for UYU going up against Endemic's Reynolds right now. That's the match?
Tell me the name again.
This is the one?
Endemic's who?
Reynolds. The Reynolds.
Legend.
That's an Evo champ right there.
Damn, the duel of champs. I'm not talking about Dual Kevin. I gotta say, yo, Knuckle Do, Capcom Cup champion, also Street Fighter League champion in his own right.
Another side of this, Reynolds. One of, I feel like, regardless of what game it is, if Reynolds enters your game, he's comfortable enough to do damage to anybody. And I know everybody remembers that legendary set with the Snake Eyes between these. It was actually one of the craziest things ever.
Right.
Did not clutch it out. But the fact that he was in that position versus somebody like Snake Eyes lets you know just how dangerous of a player that someone like Reynolds is. But here we go.
That could have been Capcom Cup competitor Reynolds, right? Over in that CPT. But going into it right now, Knuckle Do Guile versus Reynolds JP.
Big jump in. Oh, wow. Reset, drive impact on the wall has really started to become a major part of the meta. Perfect parry. Let me out of this corner. Full screen, send them back to go. Sets up the departure. Check your bag, bro. Oh, what nice
What
jab.
a time to check immediately after the parry had recovered.
Oh, look.
That was sick.
Nice.
And that's exactly what I was talking about. In certain situations, people can make you spin that drive for a parry that won't even be there to stop a projectile, bro. That was good.
The immediate look on both players, Flash and Reynolds, man, both in a little bit of shock. Going into it, man. Reynolds is just, he's one of those cats that just want to have a good time, right? If you actually get him in that zone, it could be a dangerous dangerous game.
Departure in the throw, drive rush to try to get through.
Yo, the second one was still active?
Reynolds was ready for it, and we talked about this earlier about how you can kind of get rid of the departures by walking them off screen, completely aware of it. Burnout for Reynolds, and now NuckleDu, wow, runs into a level 1 Reynolds.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh, already on the board, and this is exactly what we were talking about. Reynolds is used to the scramble. Born in the scramble, I would like to say.
He is the scramble. Are you kidding me?
No, that's real talk.
He's actually the scramble. Oh. And this is the kind of positioning we were talking about. Reynolds didn't really need to spend that much bar to close out the round, but this is going to be so heavy. Amnesia 1, Amnesia 2. Forward throw, set up the departure, both of them. Get to sandwich him a little bit. NuckleDu is going to be backing away.
Wow, departure to get out of the drive rush pressure level 2. Level 3, excuse me. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. To react to the projectiles, yeah, we're going through. Hold this purple stuff.
Set up the departure. No, he's going to wait for the jump in, the save jump at that. I don't know if that was actually properly timed. I don't know. Either way, finishing it up. A near perfect, by the way.
Color choice is just really good. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Warm tones are great. Neutral and warm tones, amazing.
Nice. Perfect.
Amazing. Put that on the stats.
More of a knockdown.
Oh!
Drive reversal.
What if he, man, did he have an opportunity to just block that? That could have been so huge for Reynolds. But NuckleDu, this is one of the matchups that he struggles in, right?
I mean, and this is a matchup I feel like everybody's kind of struggling in right now. Being able to deal with this character is not easy. And I feel like his archetype is kind of new to the whole Street Fighter like mythos, right? Like he's like this range character that literally he has great range buttons to keep you at a distance even better, even some of his air situations. And then he has the opportunity to teleport and keep you at bay with projectiles. And then his crouching medium kick that moves him forward, the double hitting projectile with the OD version. Like he's one of these characters you have to learn how to deal with. I'm about to say that's definitely not going to hit. And look at the range game being played by Reynolds right now. And he can chip out if he wanted to. He didn't even have a bar to retaliate with any version of Super. Reynolds
didn't have a bar to his name. I didn't know the Bank of Ken got a affected dial as well. You put him in bankruptcy too? The whole family line? That's crazy.
Amnesia, I forgot.
Check your bank account. All right, so.
Oh, upside down kick. Gravity defying kick, bro.
Nice. I love the piercing action too. Against NuckleDu's timing of the flash kick. No, I meant the sonic boost, but yeah, the flash kick barely missing the mark.
Wow. Really catches the backdash.
Beautiful.
Level 3 again. This dude Reynolds is ridiculous. Hit him with the purple stuff.
Oh, not critical.
He gonna go for another safe jump? He is.
Nice.
Oh, but he's in burnout.
Yeah, this is perfect for you. Beautiful.
Nice.
Yes.
Firm
Something about
hold on.
Two games to none versus NuckleDu.
I'm trying to figure it out, bro. I don't know what he was doing there.
Anytime he blocks a jump in, he does drive reversal. 100% of the time. That's a habit of his.
Okay. Well, he was. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Yeah. Every time. And another thing, every time he does you do the mid-screen OD amnesia, he always just holds parry there, just the whole time. Like as soon as he's recovered, he just holds parry.
Yeah. I mean, we got something.
I know you do.
We're still looking at like the whole JP like player base, and I'm gonna tell you right now, Punish. I'm gonna tell you right now, the character is a problem. Right? And in that sense, I mean, because the people who are playing this character are really good. We've already seen people today. We saw like the BX Bow, right? We saw the Banana Ken. Like we've seen it.
We've seen the DCQ in that same breath, right?
Oh, big jump in, spins the drive bar, pushes to the corner, and I like this for Dude. Perfect parries. Give me a little bit of drive back. He did spin quite a bit. Amnesia, you forgot I did. Hold this combo. Full screen, back to goal. Oh my God, the conversion. I'm out. Not ready. No flash kick.
We got a delay on the crouching light kick.
Just a small little gap there to see how you're going to deal with it. And my man's in burnout. Uses the DI to push back a little bit. NuckleDu trying to make something happen.
Oh, that could have been a level 1. We've seen Reynolds react to a drive rush before to catch NuckleDu slipping.
Don't let the gray hairs fool you. Don't let the gray hairs fool you. My man will react, crouching medium kick to close out.
Don't do it like this. Yo, when Reynolds starts smiling and laughing and having a good time in general, it's a dangerous place. We talked about it literally before the games had started. Don't play the way he wants to play.
You just know him.
Go back to goal, full screen, sets up the departure, teleport to the other side.
Yeah, and I like the idea too. So NuckleDu wants to drive rush forward to get rid of the departure.
Beautiful.
Another reaction reaction, 100% record. You don't need to really keep track of the stats like that, but damn.
This is how you mentally terrorize somebody. You legit react to every fireball with level 3, but now, no longer on the table, you can actually do that. But now the activity gets a lot more active, gets the jump in, but here comes a combo into level 3 from Knuckle Dude. And on top of that, when you're hitting people with level 3s, it stops the drive bar recovery. So think about that. Big damage on the table.
Nice.
Reynolds in the corner.
Oh, that was there. The juggle as well. Set up the departure.
Nice.
No, he got clipped a little bit. Oh, the flash kick.
Both of them burnout. Oh my gosh, the jump ins starting to work out. Reynolds spent a lot of his resources with the level 3, putting himself in burnout. Knuckle Dude took advantage of it. And every round I felt like we've seen one perfect parry that has gotten a knockdown and that has let JP and Reynolds play their game.
Absolutely no doubt. We're going to see what happens though when it comes to Knuckle Dude making this comeback against Reynolds. Will he be visibly shaking like he is a little bit right now? This conversion is going to be huge. Set up the blade, set up the cross.
Oh, punish counter on the throw, and now you're in burnout. Stun, and look at the adjustments from Knuckle Dude. That should be the game, and now the count 2-1.
What was the reversal? What was the reversal from the side of Reynolds?
用战中拳骗他的 C。
So Bell said when he has level 3, you can just use standing medium punch to fake him out.
Remember, he's doing it mad early, so you really could pick him out with the movements. Just be aware of his level 3. Let's go.
My man Reynolds is keeping it under wraps. Literally covered his mouth, and he's like, yo,
He's watched Street Fighter before, for sure. He knows the play.
Starts to give chase to the departures now. Also, in this situation after knockdown, and if you have OD Fireball in a lot of situations, even if they do spike, you get the knockdown, and you still get the opportunity to go in. We saw it a couple of times earlier, and obviously it starts to work out. That was a great empty jump, by the way. A little mini shimmy right here.
Damn!
Yo, the perfect booms. I saw dude practicing these earlier.
Daddy don't drop it. Daddy don't drop it. He be doing it. Oh, and I don't even know if that clipped him mid-air or not. I don't even know if he was caught crouching. Again, those are some dirty pants. Those are some dirty pants, man.
Oh, punish counter
throw. Take him to the wash.
He's definitely got a dry clean service.
He has to. He owns
full screen. All right, sets up the departure. Up back. Moves him forward just a little bit with that attack, but still eats the throw after the teleport.
Nice. The conversion is still there. Set up departure again.
Nice.
A lot of damage.
Oh my gosh. He could have did level 3, but obviously he's trying to save it as long as the board. Saves it for the potential last round. Drive rush forward. This time Reynolds just backing up. Gets the whiff punish with the jab. Woo!
Say that again.
No.
I forgot.
For the overhead.
Nice.
In the movement. Reynolds making all the right decisions against Knuckle Dude's defense.
Flash kick. No, just takes the knockdown. Perfect parry on the string as well.
A lot more activity coming in from Dude. He's jumping a lot more at Reynolds at some of these sharp angles because, again, Guile has a really shallow jump. It's a really awkward angle to even try to anti-air. So some of these empty jumps could benefit him in the long run. We do have the solid puncher activated, meaning he's going to get a lot of mileage out of a lot of these booms, but it's only been one thus far.
Yo, the baby boom parade. Welcome back. Oh, instant DI that should be a lot of damage. Gets the knockdown and Reynolds in burnout. So now you got to be careful of the DI. You also just have to make sure that you're not taking too much chip damage, but spins the rest of the bar. Didn't get the combo. Both of them in burnout right now. But chip damage, like I said before, on the table. You can lose to that. Goes straight to the level 3, and now he's going to put him in the Psycho Christmas tree, I like to call it. Put him right at the top.
But he also has drive gauge now. He can chip Knuckle Dude to death with the right sequencing.
Oh, dude, you don't even have to take a step forward. You actually don't even have to take a step forward. You literally do not even have to take a step forward in that situation.
That's my guy.
JP, Reynolds, Team Endemic take the team match over UYU, and once again, still a battle to behold with your own eyes. Just to see these players get to go up against each other at the level that they did. Of course, dual Kevin VX Bao there, and I mean Reynolds coming up, getting the dub. We got one more for you guys now.
Baby. That's right. Yeah, Reynolds being able to clutch it out for Team Endemic, putting them at 20 points, tied with UIU, right? We saw VX Bao take it down 2-0 against Chris CCH. Dual Kevin coming back from a kind of scary start against
Yeah,
Samurai.
no, it really
He got
was.
2-1 eventually, but Knuckle Dio again falling just a little bit short in that checkmate scenario against Reynolds JP. Now it's time for the sudden death between Zhen and Flash Metroid. I repeat, Zhen versus Flash Metroid. This is sick.
This is actually gonna be sick. I don't know if these guys have actually played each other before, so this is gonna be the first time. But
That's
also,
a good question.
to see the Blanca played at a very high level, that's one thing. We know Minna has definitely caused quite a few nightmares with the character, and there's a few people who have actually done damage with this character. Flash, one of those people you also have to keep track of.
Curious question. I want to see how it works out. But yeah, this is going to be the matchup. So I feel like Zhen had been practicing a lot of JP in the very beginning of the game. And we rarely got to see the DJ. I think the first time he really debuted on a big stage was over at Gamers 8, if I'm not mistaken. On the other hand, Flash Metroid, he's stuck with Blanca almost the entire time, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure who he played during the beta, but I think this is the kind of the gameplay that he wants, right? He wants to be the mix master.
The mix master. Second time we've seen DJ today.
First time we've seen Blanca, though. Not going to be the last time, that is for sure, considering the
there's a
roster
missile
of what we have here in Street Fighter League. But starting things off, Shen. That's minus 11.
Back
not
throw.
going to take his turn. Interesting.
Cancel.
Very nice. Yes.
Yeah. That ball, and this is exactly what I was talking about, the corner
Okay.
scenario.
Yeah. He just
Nice
got that.
interrupt. Gets the punish counter because of the parry. The perfect parry, excuse me.
Last swing. Okay.
Forward throw.
Yeah.
Anticipation for the just cool. Gets the side switch as well. Flash. In the counter hit too with the back medium
Oh, nice.
kick.
No. Good guess.
OD
Good guess.
jackknife.
That's fine.
the
That's
second
fine.
time Flash tried to hit him with the
Nice.
You can't play like you do.
OD ball. Back.
No.
What? How did
You
he
got him. You got him.
Let's go. Let's go. He's stressing.
This guy.
How did he
This
do
guy's a
that?
gamer. This guy's actually a certified gamer.
Oh, my turn.
Oh, yeah. It's now
yeah.
you're really your turn.
Oh, yeah.
You're fine.
That's okay.
What kind
He
of
doesn't
punish is
know the
that? You don't know this matchup.
Did you get the setup after this?
Yeah. Yell at him.
You got him.
Oh, it's just there for show. That's a display case, Blanca Chan.
Set up monster, and we're like we said, this is sudden death. You get one game to deal with the Blanca shenanigans. 5 points. You got 5 points off of that? How do you sleep at night? You degenerate. I'm done. You did, man. Look, I look at people getting hit by Blanca, and it drives me crazy. I'm like,
It's so
dude, come
smart.
on, dude.
That we talked about the team composition of like the characters. Being able to have a Blanca in a sudden death match where it's only first to one, that is actually kind of grimy. That's kind of grimy.
I'm glad that you pointed out that like one of the changes is that you have to play with the fourth player on your team. And that right there is the best way that it could ever work out. Like, it's
I
like,
agree.
all right, who we got coming up? Who? Blanca? Oh, come
No,
on,
that's calculated.
man. Like, come
That was
on.
calculated from Endemic, but you were like, oh god.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
But once again, if you just look at the back and forth with these teams, I mean, we saw dual Kevin. We even saw the fact that like Knuckle going down to Reynolds really did throw things off. But first off, VX Bao drawn first blood really did kind of set the tone, and we were really looking at that to kind of follow suit. But if you look at Endemic's layout, that's actually crazy. The fact that you had a Blanca to get the extra points on the tail end, Reynolds is the anchor.
It wouldn't have been possible without Reynolds.
Reynolds is the anchor. Blanca on the end. Nah, bro. Come on now. That's not nice. In the words of DJ, not cool, man. Not cool.
Not cool. Let's take it down with Endemic with an interview standing by with RobTV and Reynolds.
And that is how you make a debut. First time on Street Fighter League. Reynolds beating Knuckle Dude. Dang, what is this?
What is it, bro? I don't know, man. I mean, ask them, bro. They picked the order on their team. We were just defending our spot. You know what I mean?
That is true. Y'all were the away team right here. So did you know that they were gonna go ahead and throw Knuckle Dude up against you?
I think we thought that they were gonna do that. Yeah, I think my record against Knuckle Dude was like I was losing. I haven't beaten him in tournament. but you know, I'm way better than I was back then.
Okay. So you know that matchup, man. You know, some people feel like Guile actually does pretty good against JP.
Yeah, I think Guile's actually a bad. JP is a bad matchup for Guile. Yeah. I don't know who's telling you these things, but I think that's pretty bad.
I was just trying to downplay JP a little bit. Right there, you guys put my man's Flash Metroid. What can you say to that matchup right there? Flash, that Blanca looks serious.
All I'm gonna say is Blanca Anchor in this format.
First to one?
First to one, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, I know everybody's stressing already with JP, but Blanca as Anchor, you gotta block all that. You don't know what he's gonna do, bro.
Yeah.
You don't know what he's gonna do. It's nice. It's nice. I don't know. We got a pretty solid team, man.
All right, last thing I gotta ask you, Rendell. So this is your first like high profile Street Fighter event. We know you are already like a legend in other titles, but you know, your first, I would say like huge Street Fighter event. What's it like for you so far? And it looked like you don't really have any pressure on you. You look comfortable up there.
I mean, I'm with a really good team. We've been like chilling this whole time. I mean, we've been practicing, but I think this team right here, we created like a little tight-knit group, and it's really nice and to have. And in this format, being a team format, I think it's really nice to have their energy backing each other up. You know what I mean?
I gotta keep it a buck, y'all. I like this guy. You get the big Hollywood stamp of approval. Man, skills is clearly out of this world. We seen what he did in CPT already, smoking all kinds of players. And then he comes here to Street Fighter League when it matters most for his team, starting off absolutely ridiculous in that ending spot, 20 points against Knuckle Dudang. Man's like Rendell. Congratulations, Endemic, starting off Street Fighter League with a bang.
Street Fighter 6.
Fighting is an art. And this is our canvas. Here, we flex our style, our passion, our creativity, our skills. We come here to break rules, to bend minds, to change the game. This is where we make an impression. This is where we make our masterpiece.
Street Fighter 6.
Available now.
Objection!
Team Endemic versus UIU comes to a close. Reynolds clutching it out. And then, of course, we had the first overtime that we've seen the entire season, but that is not it. I told you we got 3 team matches for you guys. Our next match, NASR versus Bandits.
Damn.
The team is broken up. No longer are they part of the same faction. However, I'm really interested to see, especially with the makeup now of these 2 respective teams, how they're going to approach this next match, considering this is basically the team that they're going up against was once part of the same faction. Who's coming up, bro?
So MENA RD, part of Team Bandits. Again, once they've broken up, we ought to talk about and reminisce a little bit about the previous seasons, how MENA was supposed to be that clutch factor in the game that they lost to make it into the playoffs. So we might see a little bit of that tension coming out from MENA RD, but he is a professional and also a champion, but more importantly, a friend to Angry Birds. So I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to unravel. Here's the thoughts of MENA RD, part of Team Bandits.
We are here with the champ. It's actually fair to say Dominican Republic's own Bandits' very own MENA RD. What's up with you, bro?
What's up, bro?
Hey, man. So, when we talk about this whole champion thing, of course I'm talking about you winning Capcom Cup 2 times. In Street Fighter 5, this is a whole new game. In Street Fighter 6. And of course you also haven't won a Street Fighter League yet. With it being a new game, do you feel like you have more to prove, or do you think your resume already speaking for itself?
I don't do it to prove anything anymore. I took that chip off my shoulder a long time ago. I already proved what I was gonna prove. I'm just here to cement, to let everybody know that I'm gonna be one of the greatest and keep performing good. I really want to add a Street Fighter League title in my resume, and I want to add that Evo title. I already lost it to Angry Bird, so I'm not losing to him again. I might lose to anybody else, but not to him. He already took Evo, so that's what I'm thinking. I want to take the title away from NASR this year.
Oh, okay. So you bring up NASR, you bring up Angry Bird right there.
Yes.
Of course, last year it was NASR Bandits. This was one team, a super team. Everybody would consider it. But
why he broke the gang up? Why you gotta go with Punk?
That's a question I should ask you. What did happen with that? Why did the team break up? The way it ended last year, to catch people up. And last year, you guys were in the playoffs, and you wanted to go up last in that anchor spot. You said, "Hey, I got this." You ain't have it. Yes. You ended up losing there.
Yes.
Is that why Angry Bird didn't want you on the team this year?
Maybe, but the guy they have, Punk, when they needed me, when they said, "Yo, you have it," I had to do it, and I did it to him. He beat me the first time, I beat him the second time, and that's why Panda, they didn't make it as far. I think the team was good, so I think he should have tried a little bit harder to make NASR Bandits happen.
Okay, all right. So now listen, I'm hearing some this year. I might not win. I'm hearing, I already got the chip off of my shoulder.
Yes.
I'm hearing, I want to win. It'd be nice to win. I'm trying to submit. Has MENA RD going soft? Before you answer that, I'm seeing a nice chain.
Yes.
You want all kind of trophies and stuff like that. You just want all that bread at Gamers 8. You've done so much. What's going on here? Are you still the same MENA RD from the DR, from that struggle?
I think I am. I think he's never gonna go away. But before, I was only that. Now I'm not that. Now I'm more than that. And I don't think I'm the underdog anymore. I don't think I need that hunger anymore. I just need to play comfortable. I just need to relax. I don't even need to think, oh, I'm gonna win. I don't gotta do all of that, all those plays. I just gotta play, and that's it, play Street Fighter. That's how I speak, The only chip I got for real, that's what I'm talking about, this is about NASR Esports. I don't want them to win.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man's like MENA RD. We saw him go from a young tyke early in the game to becoming a 2-time Capcom Cup champion. He is the current Evo runner-up. See what he did at Gamers 8, and now he has a chip on his shoulder specifically for his former teammates, Team NASR. That match is gonna be ridiculous. MENA RD, always a pleasure talking to you, bro. Love.
Damn, that's a lot to say. He gave him the whole shebang-a-bang. See, that was, that came from the heart.
A lot of soap opera action right there, man. There was a lot of give and takes that we saw from both interviews.
That's all my children's style, that's what it was. You were supposed to fight for us.
I believed in you. You weren't able to hold the championship together. You were supposed to fight for the team. I needed you to leave. These are the kind of interactions.
I needed you to leave. I tried to keep us together. You didn't give me a chance.
There was no more. Nothing else could be done. But I would love to know what Angry Bird has to say. We go to Hollywood RobTV with the interview.
Imagine walking into a tournament, over 7,000 entries, the biggest Street Fighter tournament of all time, and believing that you could be the one person to walk away the champion. The man next to me right now, that is his reality. Evo champion, Angry Bird. What's going on with you, bro?
Oh, good,
man. You are an absolute animal, bro. I gotta actually take it back though. When you first came on the Street Fighter League, Big Bird was looked at by far as mainly the guy for Team NASR. People weren't looking at you as like, you know, being the primary threat. And since then, you've gone all the way to the point of becoming MVP on Street Fighter League, winning Evo. What was that progress like? What happened from the beginning to now?
Just kept practicing, kept believing in myself. By the time you grow up, you start understanding more of yourself. So, and you get less nervous. So before I used to get nervous, okay, I need to do well. And then when I grow up, I realized I don't need to do well. I just need to do my best. And if it comes out as a victory, it's good. If it doesn't, there is always next tournaments that you can play in. So.
Okay, and with something like Street Fighter League, of course, Team NASR has always been at the top within the Street Fighter League here, but you haven't gotten the chance to go up against Japan. Do you feel like you have unfinished business as a team, even though you've had personal success on Street Fighter League?
I always wanted to play against Japan in Street Fighter League. One time we won and it didn't happen. Capcom Cup got cancelled. And one time we won the league, but the league got cancelled. So it got cancelled twice. And the third time we were first in the league, and then playoffs we lost the first match. So it's always something that happens, you know. But if we can get the chance to play Japan, it would be amazing.
You know, I talked to Mina RD earlier today, right? And you know, of course, that's you already cracking a smile. Now, of course, that's your former teammate. And he was like, man, our team was amazing, NASR Bandits. And he specifically said that he wants to make sure NASR does not win here at Street Fighter League. Out of everything, he wants to shut you guys down. And he says that you guys should have fought harder to keep the team together. What happened with that? Why did you go away from Team Bandits?
I was like, because every year we changed our team. One time we teamed up with Samurai. One time we teamed up with Problem X. And the next year we teamed up with Mena and Kaba. And the next year, which is this year, no conversation happened with Mena. I didn't mind being with Mena and Kaba again because they looked unstoppable, you know? So, but no conversation happened. And it came up until July and still nothing happened. I was like, and then Punk talked to us. I was like, okay.
Oh, so your Twitter DM was broken. Like you couldn't send a message to Mena and Kaba, huh?
No, because I thought they were taken. Because I heard some rumors that they were taken by the team. So I was like,
okay, so you're telling me.
And by the time he talked to me,
yeah,
we already talked to Punk, so you know we can't.
It was already.
Yeah, we can.
So for the people, for all the people at home, you know, at the end of last year, Mena RD, he goes up at the end. He wants to go into the anchor spot. He said, "I got this" in the playoffs, and he ends up losing. This had nothing to do with that.
No.
Okay.
Because I could have gotten an anchor, and I could have got destroyed. So in games, you can't say you can't lose. You can lose all the time. He got anchor, he lost, right?
Yeah.
Couple months after, what did he do?
Smoke people. That's what he does. Of course.
So you can lose one tournament, you win the next. It's okay.
Angry Bird, you are a stone cold killer. You know I gotta try to get you some of these questions and have some fun, man. But man, always a pleasure talking to you, the Evo champion, and of course, I would say the leader, the primary threat on Team NASR, Angry Bird.
A very, very collected Angry Bird. Even though his name's Angry Bird, very collected, especially about how last season kind of ended off. Right. Of course, these teams were once together and now no more. And just lets the people know, like, hey, sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. Still, one of the strongest players out there. We've seen him at Evo. We know how this works. Man. A team match to decide it at the season opener of Street Fighter League Season 6, especially if you've been keeping track to the Street Fighter world, you saw what happened at Evo. You've seen the fallout that's followed between. So this is saying a lot between not only the relationship, but, you know, the win counts versus both of these players. Because obviously, like we said, both of these guys are champions in their own rights. We've seen what Mena could do. We've seen what Angry Bird and Big Bird, the Birds in general, their last team composition was actually crazy. But this time...
Ooh, we get to see the composition of both teams. But before we get into that, let's take a look at the standings and what everything has come up to, at least for the first episode. This is crazy. crazy, right? Taking a look at the very top, Red Rooster with a 40-point ball game. That is right, a full-on sweep followed by Endemic with a very, very clutch and devious plan to get that sudden death play with both Reynold as well as Flash Metroid, scoring them 25 points. UIU falling just a little bit short, but hey, not too bad. Still some points on the table. 20 for their side. We still have the remainder, right? Bandits versus NASR.
Yeah.
We already saw versus Vortex fall just a little bit short earlier, so we're gonna round out the first week full of matches with the marquee headliner.
Both of these guys are such strong competitors.
No doubt.
They really thrive off that victory, and it keeps their little personal rivalry still going as well.
Man, you talk about personal rivalries, bro. Have we talked about the composition? Bandits coming in with full force.
God.
Menardi and Kaba, that's a given. But they have Chris Tatarian.
Chris?
The most dominant Ken almost in the world, perhaps?
Chris?
Perhaps.
House Tatarian.
At
Chris
least North America. At least
House
North America.
Tatarian.
I know Taquito exists. I get it, everybody. But right now, Chris Tatarian for North America is the most dominant Ken player. I will say that. Full-fledged. Xiaohai also backing him up. Yo, you gotta see the fight stick that Xiaohai brought to the competition. He is the golden child for a very good reason. This guy can ball.
No, that's also true. Also true. I mean, look, this team by itself, on paper, is actually broken. Go ahead.
The super teams, man. They're really going at each other's throats. By the way, NASR's competition, please, you have to talk about the composition.
So NASR, we have the birds, both angry and the big one. But then we have none other than Punk on the team with NASR, with the birds. I felt like if Minna is mad at anybody, he should be mad at Punk. But Punk didn't come alone. He brought Nephew with him as well.
Satsui no Neff. That's crazy. Man, this team, I know Steve has said it a million times, man. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh. Marisa going up against Guile. It's going to be Big Bird versus Kavo. Let's go.
Couldn't ask for a better start. Very heavy set and heavy hitter from the side of Big Bird. But Kaba knows how to control that chaos.
You know, one of the things is like, you know, I'm a Marisa player myself.
No.
I've definitely been in the chats watching Big Bird just destroy life bars.
I was waiting for him to say,
Oh, you wanted to steer him.
Yeah. As soon as he gets a sequence, I can hear it in his brain. That's game.
Yeah.
You could have leveled
Somebody clip that. He says, somebody clip this.
Yeah.
Like,
You can hear Angry Bird. He's gonna rip him a new one if he makes a mistake, that's for sure. I want to hear him actually get angry against Big Bird. But taking a look at the control, right? Kaba did fall short a little bit in the first round, but there's gonna be a lot more booms in place against Big Bird. That's why you're seeing so many Superman punches, right?
I was gonna tell you right now, just the fact that how Kaba has been dealing with Superman punch, reaction flash kick, and just jumping a lot is probably one of the better things to deal with it.
Ugh.
But if you get put in a situation where you have to block and you have to guess, getting closer and closer to that corner, working on 3 bars, you actually you can die right now. You actually can die right now. If he whiff punishes you, crouching medium punch. I literally was about to say it. You can't. If you let him whiff punish, you're actually dead.
Oh, you're dead. GG.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for playing.
Spin that. Drive rush. Yeah. Spin it all. No, you don't need to spin it all, but I am.
No, we don't, bro. We don't do that over here.
Yeah, you should have just done the thing back heavy punch Gladius Super. Keep it simple, Big Bird.
عادل من البونش اللي اعطيته اياه مخه فصل ها.
He whiffed like 5 times in a row.
Yeah, when you put him in a corner, the buttons come out crazy. You could just sit there and wait for a heavy punch. He's giving you it.
Yeah, I was trying to whiff punish him, but I couldn't.
Wolf punish was a stand heavy punch.
Yes, heavy punch or forward medium punch. That's free.
What? Where are you? What? Eliza? Is that you? Yo, shout out to Tasty Steve for being the 3D model for Marisa. Big shout out to him. Look at the craziest muscles. The same exact muscles. Crazy how they rendered that in 3D.
Oh my
It's
god.
amazing. Amazing work. Multi-talented.
Motion cap the muscle. That's crazy.
Exactly.
Nice, perfect boom on top of it. Double perfect parry right there as
Good
well.
job.
Damn!
And that's one of the better ways to deal with Superman punch, right? It's pretty fast. You got to be able to deal with it. Backs up after getting like the armor and another flash kick. Kaba is breaking this down.
This is the most Street Fighter 2 I've ever seen. He's literally done damage with booms and flash kicks only. Speaking of damage.
To the
here we go.
corner. Don't whiff. Don't whiff, Kaba. Please.
Don't whiff the game. TM. Big Bird! Jesus! That phalanx is going right for his neck. Can't stop the bleeding. Uh-oh. Yeah, can't stop the bleeding. That's what it was.
That looked like
Drive rush, go
right
straight
there.
into that medium punch combination after the light jab.
And it's tough, right? Like you can only deter Marisa for so long. She also has a little bit of extra stamina to kind of get her through some of these little booms.
It's a big lady right there, man. Oh, wow, that could have been danger right there. Gets the crouching medium punch. Wasn't prepared.
Jesus.
Charge heavy punch string on top of it.
So they're ready for Big Bird. A little bit sharp of an angle, so I get it. The Kaba making the most of this single conversion. Set up the blade.
Cashes out early. Shimmies a little bit just to try to get something. Not dead, but now this momentum right here is something. Cross up. Wow, wasn't ready. Jump. Down heavy punch. Oh, close parry. You need to be careful. Booms can be eaten by that level 3. Full charge Gladius.
Yeah, that OD Gladius being able to use that armor against the Sonic Boom. Not the right spacing for Kaba to throw out that Sonic. But Big Bird, he has to, it's up to him, really. It's his responsibility to make sure that those go punished. So 2-0.
Yeah.
Not, I won't say it's, convincing. I will say it was close.
The thing is about Marisa is that, like, it's some of the stuff that you're pointing out. First off, her damage is really huge. On top of that, like, she's got, like, extra life.
She's a huge character.
She's a huge character. And the thing is, she does so much damage. Just some of the situational stuff. The fact that if you do find a level 3, you send them to the corner. That's exactly where you want them to be with Marisa. But Kaba did play it very well. A lot of times you see people fight Marisa, they don't know how to deal with Superman punches. On top of that, they freeze up a lot. Big Bird is known for opening people up with his character, and the way that he feels about a bunch of the matchups is that, like, he doesn't feel like Marisa has too much of a bad time versus any of the cast. It's more about getting in, and some people are like, well, how do you get in? It's like, well, you got to be able to perfect parry into drive rush. It's another one of those things, and just being able to deal with damage. Kaba definitely checked all those things off, but Big Bird, man, when I tell you, I'm literally in their chat talking to them about Marisa in general. Like, I'm in there talking to them, so it's really good to see him put all these things together.
Yo, Punk versus Xiao Hai. That's going to be kind of nuts.
Yo, what? Yo, this is the first episode. Y'all are getting bangers, bro. Y'all are getting bangers out of the gate.
Mátalo, Punk, mátalo!
Let's go, Xiao Hai. You got this, you got this.
Xiao Hai is one of the best players in the world, bro. That dude is actually ridiculous. And to put him on any team is actually scary. And we've seen this before. We've seen this back in the days of, like Street Fighter 4 where Xiao Hai was around, but this is different now. This is a brand new game.
He was a dominant Cammy up in 4.
That's what I'm trying to tell people.
And he also played Evil Ryu. This guy was a ridiculous player.
It made so much sense. But also, let's talk about Punk once again. You talked about how he's the trendsetter in this game. The thing is that, like, him being a trendsetter goes with his play style. Very confident player, and I'm telling you right now, he's one of those people, especially with Cammy, that I literally was like, oh, you make this character look stupid.
He invented this character. I will say that. I will back that with 100% confidence. Punk created the way Cammy should be played. I'm not going to lie.
And these are two expensive characters, I like to say.
Yes.
Obviously, you can play a very patient game with Jury, which I should have touched on earlier. Cammy as well, but I feel like once you get these hits, you do have to spin that drive bar, and it's more about balancing out, being able to control that neutral and when to pick and choose your spots.
And there's some of these moments where Punk just has the perfect spacing on some of these dive kicks that really handicap Xiao Hai from even trying to move, right? He is just stuck in this corner. He is not allowed to even try to press a button or even check some of these instances. But that is a huge drop in Xiao Hai. No. Go. Nice. The meter forward as well. Punk thought he needed to use the invulnerability frames against something that Xiao Hai was going to probably enforce with, but nah, Xiao Hai was chilling.
And this is what I was talking about, expensive characters. Wow, what a whiff punish. If you notice, Punk put himself in burnout, and that's when Xiao Hai made his move, gets the first round, but now full control here for Punk. Dive kick hits it out of the air, so he's going to keep the pressure, no combo off of the jab, perfect.
Gets rearranged, now Xiao Hai drive rush forward. You thought you could get away with a drive impact against Punk for free? No, sir. We talked about how expensive some of these characters are, and guess what? Punk, he already has the back of the check ready.
Playing a very patient game right now. Trying to find something with the roundhouse.
That's at the toes, man. Nice. What a stop.
These checks. Very patient play.
This dive kick opportunity. That's exactly what that was.
Close to the wall. Got to watch for the DI, looking for the parry. Thought that was going to be a jump light. Probably would have got the cross up there, but nothing. Back to the middle of the screen. Forward throw from Xiao Hai. Back fist. Jab pressure, uses the drive bar. Once again, Punk looking real scary when it comes to that drive bar, especially because it's so low. Finds a hit, confirm, gonna carry to the corner. Ooh, little mini shimmy right there. 3 bars on the table. Oh, he's gonna spin it. No. Uh-oh.
He actually had the game.
Yeah, I don't know why there was no level 3.
Oh, it doesn't matter. He gets
because
the
he
punish.
wanted to whip it, hit him with the level 3.
What did you have to do?
I thought I was gonna win, bro.
Why? It's a missile, bro.
You
Missiles
did it
never miss
immediately.
the target. Nukes don't miss the target.
Punk, he's trying to air throw the dive kick.
Yeah, I
in the
know,
corner.
but can't do that, bro. I'm not worried. This nigga's nervous, bro.
God, he's doing too good. That was
I'm definitely a fan.
Yeah, I'm locked in.
What
Let's
they've
go,
done
Noah.
With the different level animations in this game, especially the fact that Cammy gets the Street Fighter animated movie callback, man. It's so
The level
sick.
2, yeah.
Trade, tried to make something happen with it, nothing doing.
I was actually kind of curious to see if Xiaohai would switch over to Ken because he had utilized that in some of his big winning tournaments over at the Doyu Invitational that he played in. World Warrior China #1. He actually got first place. But yeah, I mean, I guess he's sticking it out with Jury, which is totally fine, I think, in this matchup.
Oh, yo,
That was sick.
Not this time.
And it's so important, too. Being able to risk that, finding the connection. The important thing about that is the side switch.
Get you out of that corner, and now look at Punk in control. Keeps the corner. Plenty of drive on both sides. We saw the backdash actually work out. Jump heavy punch this time to chase.
The fireball to follow alongside it. Xiaohai just trying to create some space for himself. Kind of bulldog poke a little bit, but you cannot whiff against the man.
Be careful with the drive
That is
rush.
Punk.
Xiaohai, be careful with
God.
drive rush.
That was a sick
doing too much.
He tried to low forward. What now? I think, I like the idea of Xiaohai trying to counter poke, but at that moment, Punk having the life lead, you're not allowed to. You're really not allowed to. You can bulldog. You'd have to move forward, though.
Reaction's looking real good for Punk. Gets the back throw and the corner, and we've seen how this works out for him before. Gets the interrupt on the drive rush. Xiaohai not trying to stay. I was wondering when we were going to see it, but I saw that Xiaohai was very reluctant to even use those. So the fact that he got it there, put him in the corner, finds the hit, fights back to the middle of the screen. Level 3 is there. Not going to spend it because he needs another round, and here comes Punk.
Oh, he's got a sequence here. He can build it up either for level 3. No, he's going to be level 2.
Oh, yo.
Yeah, he done.
The classic. Oh, the leg.
And
that noise?
My leg.
My leg.
My neck. Yo, I got to say, Punk also, as soon as it was initiated, I didn't realize there was going to be a lot of damage from that level 2. But as soon as he let it rip, he's like, oh, yeah, he did. I tell you, he did.
We need the Punk soundboard ASAP, bro. You see Mena walking up, getting ready.
Yeah. So far, Bandits had sent out Kaba. They sent out Xiaohai. If Meta RD manages to clutch this anchor position spot, we might see another sudden death, which could lead us up to a very, very interesting disposition, right?
Angry Bird getting set up. Mena RD getting set up. Thank you guys for joining us. This is about to be a good one. Good old-fashioned barn burner, what they call them. It's going to be great. All right, we're getting into it. Mena RD going up against Angry Bird, the run back. Look at Blanca's face. The second Blanca, you called it. You knew it wouldn't be the only one. All right, here we go.
There's no doubt, right? Mena RD, he's the...
You mother...
God. No, this is not a button check.
I don't think this is a button check, bro.
Yeah, this is not a button check.
You mother... Okay, gets the Blanca ball knocked down this time around.
Oh! With the Blanca-chan, yes sir, the anti-air, definitely ready for it. Angry Bird had plenty of time to react to that. And we see the back heel punch coming in from Mena RD. It's such a great poking tool. It's such a wide hitbox on that bad boy.
Wow. Activated the Blanca-chan. Does have a limited number, guys, so you have to keep that in mind. That new mechanic from Blanca in this game, able to throw out and electrocute and activate the Blanca-chan dolls, and it's something you have to be aware of too. Perfect parry. Get the full combo conversion. Hold
you're hella
the
dead.
uppercut. Oh yeah, you're dead.
Let's
go.
Blanca-chan for the display case. Different variants, other colors, exclusive launches.
Collecting them, huh? Shout of the earth. Uh-oh, now you're in the corner.
With
Blanca-chan? No, bro. Oh, dude, this isn't cool.
He's got you for 3 minutes.
Goes for another throw, thinking that they were going to be looking for the electrocution.
There it is.
Activated. Back throw, that was so good. Yo, my man Blanca-chan turned around. He's like, oh, no, you didn't.
No, my daddy.
Set
up. Oh, no, he's going for the damage instead. I like that.
Gets the parry. Blanca ball, still something, regardless how good you are, you got to show them they know how to punish it.
Spend the rest of it. You do one more time.
Level 3, let's go.
Wait.
I don't
I think he's
know.
alive by a little bit.
I think so.
I don't know.
Get him alive.
No, it's not gonna come.
He's barely living.
Burnout.
Bitman RD, he couldn't hang in there.
That's the Noah.
All time. That was only the first 2 rounds.
Instant backdash this time around.
Nice.
I like that. Get the knockdown, dash up after the fireball.
He's looking for that space too, and you know, Angry Bird cautiously throwing some of the fireballs. Blanca has a really great time getting around that, but he has to get around this now. Ken is going to be listening to the Shout of Earth.
Listening to Mother Nature.
And now the sound of block. What a block! No perfect parries needed, but
Almost
still.
got the hit, no conversion for Mena RD. And look at how patient Angry Bird's playing right now. Oh, perfect. To the corner.
Again. Oh, he tried to move. I don't know what it was. Angry Bird got hit with the meaty.
Yo, look at the damage, bro. Look at this damage, bro. They're clapping for that. Wow. They're clapping for that. Wow.
The audacity.
The audacity.
It's actually kind of.
I mean, it's definitely nuts. It's sick. I just don't ever want to get hit by it. Gets clipped by the overhead.
Get that away from me.
Right?
I get it.
Not in my house. Dad, I want to play Blanca. No, son of mine. You get your things and you leave. Oh my God, these setups are so. Oh my God, another Blanca chance setup comboed into it. Dog.
Let's go.
Dog. Dad,
You can't even look away.
I
You
just really
cannot
like
look
setting
away.
up Blanca Chan. You're a cheater, son. And I don't like it. Oh, to
He's not the
damage.
kind of person I raised you to be. To be a Blanca Chan player.
Big jump in, didn't confirm to anything, and wow, the jump heavy punch. Definitely one of those tools, one of the main tools I feel like from Ken. Dash, rush, to try to get the punish, didn't hit the ground, so he got a small jump. DI, gets the clean.
We're gonna set up a lightning beast?
Uh-oh.
Oh, we got to, right?
Text it this time, actually eats the inputs on the drive rush level 2. Text Luge Nita. The what?
I was waiting for it.
I like, you're like, yo, do the thing.
Do the thing.
Nice.
Oh, hit him with the stop.
Done. Oh, you're done.
Actually,
You got level 2. You already know.
So I think it was an opportunity there for Mena RD to establish his pace with Lightning Beast, the level 2 SAT. Sorry, we called it Shout of Earth, but it's actually the install with Lightning Beast. Chris Atarian actually said that a little bit. Said Mena RD a little bit ago. Could have been a whole different story, but Angry Bird now getting this corner pressure going. No check on the jump out. Here's the Lightning Beast being able to get the cannons.
Oh my God.
Oh.
What a trade!
Dog. My man said, nah, dude, I actually followed up after being in the corner, and I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like it always comes back to Blanca.
Not my daddy. I think it's because it's OD electricity.
Nice.
Side switch.
I don't even know. Nice. Oh boy. Back row. Set up.
Oh, the crouch medium kick after the drive rush. You're spinning all of that. You're spinning all of that.
He keeps going for the parry whenever you have him in the corner.
Shut up!
More energy.
So just,
I don't like this.
he hasn't done EXDP yet, but I like that you tried to block it. Yeah, of course.
You can see the pain in the other person's face as they keep gloves. That is not like the normal Unsatsukin glove that he's used to wearing. He found these in the streets. So
you're saying the germs.
These are worn and torn. Oh man! Speaking of worn and torn, yo, I gotta say this loop is tried and true. Mena RD had started off with this character primarily and found a lot of success with this character as well. But this is, I feel like, a matchup that Angry Bird might prevail over. Who knows?
I mean, we've seen what happened in the later seasons of Street Fighter League and just Mena in general. He will have multiple characters that he can play at a high level. So no stranger to it, of course, but Luke was definitely one of the characters that we looked at first from him that he was doing exceptionally well with for quite some time. Big jump in with the fierce.
I don't call that a dive kick, to be honest with you. He does get the shoulder tackle. He was high enough in the combo, so that's perfect.
What a
Speaking
weight.
of perfect, man, perfect flash again. Gets the shoulder tackle once more. Important tech. Just establishing the momentum.
There we go.
RD
Clean.
cleaning it all up in that
Ready.
first round of game number 3. taking
Good
it
feel.
all back. A little smirk on his face too. A little bit of that comfort zone coming in from NRD with this pick.
Okay. Punish counter sweep gets the
That was kinda
knockdown.
cool. That was the most anime thing I've ever seen.
Knocked him down, did command run real close to that wall. Drive rush to get out of there. Jumps over the uppercut, and now Mena RD has the corner. A jump out by Angry Bird. Not going to work out. Text to throw. Drive rush catches him low.
Uppercut. No, crouching heavy punch is still fine. Oh, that's a full-on punish. You're actually deader than dead.
Nice.
Incoming. Save jam. This is actually going to be
Attaboy.
save jam.
Look how he gets the drool off of his fist. It's like,
Just trying
gross.
to drop rush right now.
Yeah.
You can shut down a drop rush. I mean, it's good.
You did.
Oh,
Nice.
no. Now you did. Shout out to Lee Chung as well.
My guy. Keeping the pressure. You can see Angry Bird not even freaking out at all, just keeping his wits about him, staying calm, finds the hit, and now, speaking of finding the hit, Mena RD gets the perfect this time around, pushes back to the corner.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Nice. Yeah, he's not blocking.
Side switch.
No, it wasn't actually. He was stand blocking. My mistake. Man, what an interruption against the fireball. What a time to drive it forward. Beast mode, baby. Mena RD.
Let's go. Let's go.
For that last hit. Divorced.
Wow. Wow. Too soon, bro.
Alex,
Too soon.
where'd that come from? Alex Lee, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up?
He just came out of nowhere. He's just yelling down the halls. Who let him into the studio?
Oh, he got hits this time. Gets the perfect.
Yeah, I like the safe jump setup with the throw escape. Coming in for Angry Bird, trying to move on forward, but the drive rush still applying this offense. Mena RD slid him down one more time. You can do it again. And he thought the same thing.
Shimmy, you thought, and Mena RD, the run back is complete, and I'm sure this is not going to be the last time they play, but the Luke to clutch it out, we thought the Blanca was going to do it. We thought it might have been the Blanca that's going to change the tides of things, but it's the Luke instead. Obviously, we were talking about how getting hit by Blanca is one of the best things ever. Did not work out on the side of Angry Bird, but now the Luke, that's going to be the one that takes it. And once again, a multitude of characters. We saw it in 5, and now we're seeing it in 6. 2 characters that able to get the job done for Mena RD.
And you would think to yourself, like, man, you know, Luke, he has that little mini game with the flash knuckles. It could be a little bit more on the execution side. Did not skip a beat for conversions. Coming from Mena RD, the right decision making with his meter as well, with the drive rush, going in for the shoulder tackles most of the time. Understanding the situation of the stage, being able to go for, obviously, that roundhouse, the fierce flash knuckle into the safe jump. He's well aware of the environment and also keeps it consistent with his combos. He's not letting any of the damage fall off of the table. This guy is here to eat with his team as well. Sending us into the sudden death match, and this is going to be crazy. Chris Tatarian, partner of Team Bandits, coming in with the cannon versus the man who is a veteran of Street Fighter League, Satsui no nephew.
I'm telling you right now, Chris House Tatarian, I've like to call him back from the old, Street Fighter 5 days, because I used to watch him go off at the locals, man. It is really cool to see him here for Street Fighter League as a player. And like you talked about, the #1 kin in the States. This is who you're looking at if you're in the States. And I talked about just the fact of watching how many sets even Chris plays. He legit goes and breaks down matches for other kin players. Then he breaks down his own matches. And just the fact that he's continually in the lab, learning, upping his gameplay, and really is just a kin fan. So it's really cool to see him.
He is. He truly is. And you know what's wild about that too is he's not afraid to let his tech out there into the wild. He's done a great job of teaching other players how to fight against the matchup. He's been very open on it.
Yeah, definitely one of those people that plays sets as well. I've seen, if you go to his channel, you can see sets versus players like Sonic Fox. I'm pretty sure he got Punk on there. I've definitely seen Dual Kevin on there, and just literally so many different players. But here we go, sudden death. Nephew versus Chris House Tatarian. Let's go.
Man, what a callback, too. That is like, you established that in Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, bro. The man's. Big pickup here with the jury, though. A character we've seen, Nephew, really kind of like set the pace for his Street Fighter 5 in. So, not surprised here. Drive rush after the knockdown. After he gets that corner back, Nephew ready, though.
Damn, that's fierce. Sorry, that heavy kick, not fierce. So far. But it's such a great tool to kind of like take up some of that space against any character, really. And what's funny about that is Ken likes to play in that exact range to get his roundhouse going, some of his little forwards going as well. Roundhouse being a low crush can be pretty important from certain distances.
Oh no. Okay.
Charge up twice. Yeah, he has to charge up because he's in burnout too.
Blocking it out. Still opens up with the throw. Dash up, tries to go for another one. Nephew ready this time, and I like that. Switch up the trajectory that way to see if he's not prepared for the dive kick, but he is. Gets the drive in.
Let's go.
Round number 1, Chris
And using his fireball to get in.
Looking at team match point, because this is sudden death, right? It's first to one. What a pickup. I do love that from Nephew. A lot of decent amount of damage, but more importantly, the corner carry. Let's see how Christitarian tries to fight his way out of there. Primarily, it's going to be the fireballs, but the big interrupt from the drive Russian Nephew.
Okay.
Boom, boom, boom.
Whoa.
Good pressure. Trying to keep him in this corner. You see Christy kind of like keeping this corner in favor.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were going to see an uppercut right there, but maybe just the fireball was too slow. Ready for the DI. Nephew.
Oh. Yeah, he can't really drive rush forward. He didn't want to spend any of the gauge just yet. Wants to take full advantage of Christitarian being in burnout. Both have stock level 3. This might just be Nephew's round, but it's going to lead into something really huge. Oh,
now he's in burnout, trying to get in there. Actually tried to do something after blocking the fireball. Was not good enough. He was in burnout. Nephew getting the second round.
This is looking like an alpha matchup, right? You got full drive gauge, full resources, level 3 on deck. This is going to be kind of nuts. He's going to spend it early. Yes, sir. There's going to be a lot of damage, not only to the life bar, but to the drive gauge as well. Christitarian, what are you going to do to follow up?
My man Ken drags his fist on the ground and start his fist on fire like a max. That is so cool.
Nice.
Level 3.
Yeah. Try to burn him out.
Burnout.
Yeah.
He might DP, but it's
burnout
okay
from burnout, quick exchange. But yeah, I think Christitarian is still going to have a little bit of drive gauge left in the tank.
Nice.
Yo, jump back strong. Get off of me.
Nothing.
He would jump.
Oh.
Definitely going mobile just to make sure that Nephew does not find the hit to get the closeout. Speaking of, no super on either side. Tries to go for the overhead after the knockdown.
And I love the assessment, the quick assessment from Christitarian to back away while in burnout. Nephew had his back to the corner a little bit earlier ago, but now the miss.
Okay.
The miss throw.
Step kick, crouching medium kick, no drive rush, cancel. Nephew gets the knockdown. They're both in drying out.
Christitarian could potentially chip out. He could have uppercut, but he was looking for a dive kick perhaps.
That was free. Nephew gets the extra 5 on the board for the squad. NASR takes this team match, and it went down to an overtime sudden death. That's the second time today, and that's got to be a record. I don't think we've ever had 2 sudden death overtime finishers in SFL history.
Listen, for the time that we've had sudden deaths, I might agree with you. I don't recall exactly when that rule was implemented, but I think you might be right, man. But it was unfortunate. I think it was a checkmate scenario there from Christitarian where he had thrown the fireball, drive rushed forward, and I guess he was weary of Jury's dive kick. Perhaps that's the only thing I could really think of, right? But at that angle, at that angle, I think he could have uppercut to stop her, right? I thought it could have killed.
No,
if I'm
I'm pretty sure, because if on the whole drive rush scenario, like a lot of times you see people do that. Like it'll autocorrect give you the DP in a lot of situations. So just dealing with some of the jump ins, but you still have to be very, very careful, because if it whiffs, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, we see what happen. And obviously, let's just say you miss time and you do like a medium kick one and he's up there long enough, that second's still going to hit you. So I really think they really approached this. Having Nephew on the tail end, the fact that it was Ken, and you have to, this is one of the characters that you have to know how to fight.
You have
Street
to.
Fighter 6 because he's so good.
Same with Jury.
The same thing goes with Jury. One of those beginning characters, although expensive, she really is something that you have to be careful of. And on the roster of characters that you need to know how to fight.
Yeah. Well, we saw the conclusion of what happened between the power team that was NASR X Bandits. We saw the clash up, but overall there could only be one winner, and those guys happen to be Team NASR, currently standing by with RobTV.
I heard that Team NASR was a super team because of those 3 gentlemen over there. But in overtime just now, I'm pretty sure there was none other than Dark Neff that was able to close it out against Chris T. Neff, what did that first win of Street Fighter League for this season mean to you, bro?
I mean, it's just a huge confidence boost. Like, the first game, like, kind of sets the tone for the rest of the season. And I mean, playing with these 3, like, I feel like it's a big weight on my shoulders to try and match them for how well they play. So, yeah, it's definitely a good win.
What have the conversations been like behind the scenes, man? Because, yeah, of course, I mean, these are in probably all 3 top 5 players in the world right now. You might even have the #1 player in the world on your team right now. What have the conversations been like behind the scenes as far as, you know, the team chemistry and your role specifically?
I mean, the team chemistry is amazing. Like, even though we've been on different teams, like me and Punk and the Birds have been on different teams every season, we still like hang out and practice with each other every season. So teaming up has been pretty natural, I think.
All right, then the Chris T match. Chris T is a bad man, bro. I mean, we gotta be serious. Chris T has been absolutely phenomenal throughout Street Fighter 6 up to this point. When you seen you had that matchup, what did you think about your chances there, and how would you say the match went from a technical standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, I felt pretty good going into it. I feel like we've gone pretty even in our sets, like in World Warriors and stuff. But yeah, that wasn't even close, so.
Dark Neff, some of the people, yeah, hey, please make sure you show some respect. Act like y'all remember something. Dark Neff been around since, I want to say, season 2 of Street Fighter League, and has been here every season since, putting in that work, and clearly he is doing that same thing. Team NASR taking out Team Bandits in week 1. They are starting off living up to the hype. Congratulations on you guys win, and good luck with the rest of the season.
Time to work, time to work. When inhaled, coriammertin blocks the gamma-aminobutyric acid receptors in the central nervous system, causing spasmodic muscle contractions.
Master, it's a work of art! It's perfect!
What to do with you now? So, shall we put him out of his misery? Time for some experimentation. I bet poison would work wonders on you. I wouldn't move if I were you. Poison's on the menu. I'm finished with you. So infantile. I have you. It's over. poison kicking in.
Street Fighter 6.
Episode 1 of Street Fighter League absolutely delivered a brand new game, new teams, but the same absolutely ridiculous action, bro. That was OD.
I mean, look, if we look at the team battles, let's start with versus Vortex versus Red Rooster. We already talked about how the compositions of the teams is crazy, but PR Balrog,
come on, bro,
setting up a full Latino team on top of that. You could just hear it, them talking to each other. It lets you know the team cohesion is already looking strong, especially versus Vortex, bro.
The technical champions of last year's season's Street Fighter League, by the way.
Nah, that's facts. That's facts.
Put some respect on UYU, bro.
I mean, look,
they still the champs.
They are the champs by name.
It's a weird.
But this is their team.
That's the team. That's the team that got the W. You know what I'm saying?
So and they fell short, right? And guess who actually stepped up to the plate this time? The two newcomers you were talking about, PR Balrog as well as Bananakin, the full Puerto Rican roster.
You know, Mono pointed something out. He's like, you know something, Rob? Every season, we bring you guys somebody new that people wasn't really looking for. Ajax Fidelity.
Yep, that's true.
And then he comes through Cook, and now Bananakin is pulling up. And of course, we've seen Bananakin's name back in Street Fighter 4, playing online and everything like that. But people don't really know about Bananakin like that. He wasn't playing in 5. So then now in Street Fighter 6, he is absolutely ridiculous. One of the top players on CFN, and he came out with a bang. But PR Raw cooking up was huge too.
He was taking down names over at Combo Breaker in the games of his that he's been really, really well established in too. So like he's definitely a student of fighting games in general. So you cannot sleep on this name, especially with the way he navigated that match against DCQ.
Yeah.
The JP mirror match, he's got plenty of practice in that. I'm talking about DCQ. He's had plenty of practice against that. Bananakin tore him a new one.
Bananakin, like we said before, one of the names that people might have let forget, like Tom forget, but my man is a technical monster. But look at what he brings to a team. Look at PR Balrog. Look what he brings to the team. Some of the best players out there, from old to the new game of Street Fighter 6, actually shaking things up. Team battle number 2, UYU. The new UYU, we said this last year, but the new UYU versus Endemic was the next match, which was another one, bro. It was another banger.
Yo, my man's Dual Kevin back here on Street Fighter League, bro. That makes me so excited to see. Yeah. We haven't seen Dual Kevin in Street Fighter League since what, 2019?
Yeah.
That was back before the teams, like we had actually organized orgs here on him, like UYU and NASR and all of that type of stuff. He was on Team Frost with Shiri Genix and Mikey. Yeah, exactly. Samurai. And then that's exactly who he ran into today in the Luke mirror. That was sick. That was OD. And they had an absolutely insane match too.
But what I really anticipated, what I was really looking forward to was some of the new cats, right? VX Bao coming into the scene, his first time in Street Fighter League, being a part of Team UYU. That was actually the statement that I was looking for, and he dominated in his first matchup, right? JP versus Chris CCH's Ken.
Smoked him too. Respectfully.
Dog, no, wait, listen. When we literally looked at him play, my man didn't say it. When it was quiet out there, and VX Bao was like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Both the W's, Bow Bow is what it is.
I was like, Bow Bow. way out. Like that was it. And that just lets you know how like strong of a player BX Bao is. Even Knuckle Dude, he was like, when he did him with the OD Phantom, he was like, yo, I'm the only person that saw how he just made my man hold that. Like, the fact that he's already kind of like taking names like that, I mean, the fact that we have Knuckle Dude back here just as well, just says a lot about just the team. And then that team battle, bro, like, come on.
We got to give some respect to my man's Reno, bro.
Nah, bro.
Versus
right out the
Knuckle
gate,
Dude.
we talked about that right frame one. We were like, you know what? You cannot sleep on Reno because once he is in his groove, he is an unstoppable beast. And we've seen that over in the CPT qualifier for the West Side.
He was just in grand finals. Snake Eyes ended up taking it, but he absolutely smoked he even beat Snake Eyes.
Yeah, that was the reset, bro. That was the
reset. Yeah, but I would say the fact that his first ever match in Street Fighter League, not just Street Fighter League, of course, he is a legend in other fighting game titles. But for him to come here to Street Fighter playing at this level, this is his first time playing a Street Fighter event of this magnitude.
Against the Capcom Cup champ,
and he goes straight
somebody. Man, he's got so many accolades under him too.
And Endemic beating UIU, I do not believe would have been on the cards for the average person watch if you had to bet. I don't think so.
Dog, the setup was broken. Listen, wait.
It's so difficult.
The setup was broken. Listen, they had Reynolds at the anchor and then Flash Metroid with the block.
That was fire.
I can feel it in my bones. Like
dog.
something sinister is coming, and his name is Flash.
That's one of the best overtime situations you can have.
No doubt.
We literally said this. With one
that's
game.
one of the best. One game Blanca is crazy. And you know Flash is not nervous at all back there either.
No doubt. That's his arena. That is where he's in his comfort zone. You are in his domain. He called it out. Domain expansion. It's Blanca.
Yeah, that was absolutely insane. So as far as is that all three of our? That's all three of our
the
matches.
last team battle, NASR versus Bandits.
Oh my God,
brother!
The brotherhood, the split up. Yes, this is like
that's not something I saw in like my top 10 anime betrayals.
And Minna was talking spicy in that interview. I loved it.
Yeah, he was talking he was talking crazy, bro. He was talking crazy. He was like, yo, you should have
the team
I
together.
was like, you should have fought to keep us together. He's like, I gave you the ball at the last second of the game and you dropped it. He was like, I wasn't ready. Well, you're not ready to be on the team. What? Hey
man, that's so far one of the most ridiculous storylines that we have up to this point.
Man.
They had an absolute super team, bro. That last year with Team NASR Bandits, and now seeing them on different sides. My man's
with
Minna.
Two different super teams now.
Yeah, now they're both. I don't even know who I would say is better.
You really can't. Like, think about it. If you even look at how last season,
you can't argue with that.
Oh, dude, that's all you care about is the one right now.
How about my man's Dark Neff in that anchor spot though, bro? What? He said y'all looking at all these guys.
Y'all looking at these
You looking
guys?
at Punk. You looking at the birds.
Yo, that could have gone any other way though. I mean, Chris Tatarian had that one look. I know we're going a little bit past the other three matches, but he could have got it with that uppercut. I'm telling you, man.
Nah, it was
that's
really
rough.
I mean, look, we kind of touched on this. There are characters now that you have to be able to fight. Kins, the Juries, the JPs, like those characters now fill that mark. I feel like the fact that Nephew has been committed to the Jury, how he has been playing with this character, really does kind of give you a better base versus some of these problem characters, right? And having Nephew be the person, like, you not only fighting a Ken or a JP, you gotta fight Jury, and that ain't fun. If Jury goes off, you hit that corner, it's a done deal. And we saw the whip punish with the drive rush so consistently every time. I'm like, you know what? You can't sleep on that.
You could say the same exact thing from the first matchup between these two Titans, right? NASR and Bandits, they sent out Big Bird versus Kaba. Right?
That's
you see
crazy.
that same kind of theme with Marisa. You cannot whiff anything.
Yeah.
You give her an opportunity, you give her an inch, she will take that mile, and she's done it numerous times in that matchup against Kaba.
I just want to make sure we point out that Marisa, we do not see anyone else making her work like that.
That's exactly,
it is just, it reminds you of like Adam and Laura back in Street Fighter 5. No one else is making Marisa look like that outside of Big Bird, bro.
No,
he's the only one in the world.
And just watching how he comes up and to deal with certain scenarios with characters across the board with Marisa, and then you're still pulling this character out in these situations versus some of the best characters, the JPs, and that's actually wild to me. So, I mean, you can't take anything away from him. I've already been a fan of the Birds, but that lets you know how stacked the teams are, how stacked Street Fighter League Season 6 is, and this is literally week 1. Let's take a look at the standings before we go into next week's matches.
And as we take a look at these standings, standing at first place, Puerto Rico Full Blood Red Rooster with that 40-0 sweep. Second place, Team NASR 25. Endemic tied as well there with 25 points. And then we have UYU and Bandits tied at 4th and 5th place. Really tied for 4th place with, actually no, because of the game differential. Yeah, so that really is actually accurate. 4th place UYU, 5th place Bandits, and then finally versus Vortex. Kind of the returning champions if you look at the players.
They're living the previous name curse from last season.
I was literally about to say, they starting at the bottom, but we saw what happened last year. Remember what happened last year?
They did start off like that again.
They were just like that last year, so don't let the numbers, don't let the sweet taste fool you. They will probably be up in that top spot. The team kind of demands it at this point anyway. So, I mean, look, this is week 1. The standings are right there on the table. However, since we are getting 3 team battles this time, 3 team matches every week is really going to be one of those things we'll pick up. It's a round-robin format. Every team gets to play each other twice, and this is only the beginning.
And you already know it. Let's take a look at that roster and what you can expect with week number 2 of Street Fighter League US. Coming in hot, it's Endemic versus NASR to start things off in match number 1. Bandits versus Red Rooster. Then to follow it up, versus Vortex versus UYU.
What? That's crazy. That's did you say, what's the last name? What's the last team you just said?
Versus Vortex versus UYU.
That's crazy. That's a personal match.
That's a little bit personal.
That's awkward.
That's awkward. They both walked in wearing the same thing.
That's a little
wow.
This
is weird.
Rip it off the jersey.
That's just weird.
That's my jersey.
Sure,
that's my team.
We got you guys your ring. Your only ring.
That's
we
crazy.
gave it to you.
No,
my God.
Hey, Team UYU got to show up with the rings, though. The new Team UYU show up with the rings that y'all didn't win.
It's at the team house. They put them on the new player. That's disrespect.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, we started off with an absolute banger in episode 1, but this is only episode 1. We have so much more Street Fighter 6 action coming at you guys soon. I've been Big Hollywood, RobTV, and of course we got Tasty Steve and Vicious, the gods of this thing. And we will see you guys next week, episode 2 of Street Fighter League.
Better watch out for this drive impact. He hasn't got it once, but I don't think he needs to.
Punish counter gets the combo follow-up to keep the momentum. Has level 2. Gonna spend it. Let's see if you got these under lock. I definitely saw him using these in the locker room, training them to make sure he has a combo. And wow, drops it. Burn out again for Samurai, but it's only 5 seconds left. You can chip him out. He says no, parries it all. 3 seconds left. Drive rush into Kevin DDT. Oh my gosh. This Kevin. Now this is the Kevin.
Press a button or even check some of
the
instances, but that is a huge drop at Shao Hai. No.
Nice.
Let's go, Shao Hai.
Another throw. You gotta be careful of the DI. Drive rush in super to stop at the level 2.
You gotta be dead, right? If you get through the full rhythm and the beat, not quite dead yet, but it's a ton of damage.
No! Did you see DJ?
Nice.
Like,
you are a genius. Oh, that's a full-on punish. You're actually deader than dead.
Nice.
Incoming. Yeah, this is actually gonna be
Attaboy.
Say down.